Christmas of 19?
Yeah, and I think
Was it?
that's when they would always the recent batch came out around Christmas time, like 2015, 2017, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's always like around Christmas time.
the old ones came out and was always like what was it? Not Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend.
The originals.
The originals, yeah,
The original ones, yeah.
the best ones, obviously.
I thought so.
I mean, looking back at all the versions of Star Wars that we've had over the years, if you don't know what we're talking about,
A boot.
Yeah, and after 9, Skywalker movies, and then the few outside Skywalker, outside of the main story movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Star Wars Empire is probably still number one. It's got to be. I think anybody who's really familiar with all of the story, all of the movies, even the TV shows and stuff. I mean, I guess I saw one interview where George Lucas actually said that the Ewok movies were meant to be like part of the whole saga. Like in the Ewok movies were going to be like the new thing back in the late 80s. But I remember loving those because I was right at that age. I'm sure you were too. Oh, well, you probably weren't born yet, but
no, I wasn't. I wasn't here yet.
It came out like around Christmas time, and what was it? I don't even. But it was Wilford Brimley, our old friend Wilford Brimley was one of the main characters in those Ewok movies. He was like the old he was the Obi-Wan of those movies.
I remember that.
That's right.
Yeah, actually, I rented that back when Blockbuster was still a thing.
Yeah, they were on video cassette.
I rented that, and I was going to watch it, and I put it in, and my VCR ate the tape instantly.
Oh,
so I never got to see it.
Did you ever get to see them when they were on TV back in the day, or?
Yeah,
I mean, it was like 84, probably. I think it was right after the end of the, right after Jedi.
But I have no memory of it.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, John. Oh, executive producer is saying cue the music. I guess we better.
Yeah, we better get on with it.
We better do that.
That's your job.
All right. John Moronic. Oh wait, let me find that comment. Where is that? I just saw that. How did I even see that?
You lost it already.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
He says we're live. Are we live? Oh, there it is.
The music.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man.
He's in charge. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yes.
Happy birthday, Sting.
Happy birthday, Sting. I think his birthday was it yesterday?
Gordon Sumner.
I think it was Fernando. Actually, Fernando was his birthday was yesterday, right?
What's is that his name? Gordon Sumner? Was that Sting's real name?
Yeah, is.
Is yeah, whatever. Exactly. Gordon Sumner and Andy Summer. Why didn't they keep it? That's a good name.
Yeah.
There's no other Gordon rock stars, is there?
Gordon Ramsay, I guess.
Well, yeah.
He's got a rock star.
Gordon Sumner and Andy Summers, right?
Yep.
And then Stewart
Copeland. Yes.
Great trio.
I agree.
I know you do.
I totally agree with that. By the way, welcome everybody. This is Straturday Night with your host John B. L.
Yeah, with me.
There he is.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to another Straturday Night. It's going to be fun. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
A lot.
Lots going on with Van Halen and rock news and everything else. So
A lot of stuff.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
I got an unboxing, Johnny. I think Johnny had an unboxing on unveiling.
I've got this.
Hide the address.
This.
Oh no,
well, I can show
I guess
it.
you don't care. Yeah.
It's public.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah, I got this in the mail today. I'm gonna open this up. You got something? Hide the address.
Yes, I hit it.
There you go. So we're gonna open some stuff here. By the way, if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Like Front Level Midnight is saying, love this channel, but I'll never understand it. That's why if you subscribe, you'll get the alert, click the bell. You'll get the alert every time we're live, every time there's new content, more and more and more, because it's getting to where there's going to be content every day here. I mean, pretty much. It's almost there.
Yeah.
Almost. So make sure to subscribe to the channel.
Just
smash that thumbs up. We're at 23 thumbs ups. Thank you so much.
58, 60 watching. Smash the thumbs up.
65. I see 65
going up
watching.
And up. 63, 61. Wait. Smash that thumbs up.
Yes, smash it. Let's see it. We got 64 on YouTube alone. We got 24 thumbs. Keep them going. We should have at least, 50 thumbs, I would think?
In the next 15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Oh, next 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's see those numbers.
There's
26.
no reason not to hit that thumbs up. If they're not signed into YouTube, do they count on the watching? I guess they must, right?
Yes. Yes, so, watching
counts. So those people can't. That's why, because those people can't hit the thumbs up, right? Or can you?
Correct. You have to be logged into your YouTube account to be able to drop a thumb. You have to be subscribed to the channel to be able to participate in the live chat.
It's over there.
It's over that.
For me, it's over there. Well,
that's why it's confusing.
Yeah, I get
that's
it.
why it's actually for me it's right here too, because I've got one here, but I'm watching this
all in the same general direction.
Here, it's this direction. Yeah. It's that direction,
which is opposite for us, but that's okay. It works.
70. We got 70 watching. Thank you so much.
Tell your friends.
31. Yeah, tell your friends. John Biel, thanks for reminding me. Yes, you guys, tell your friends about these shows. Share this out on your socials. Share this out. Fernando, dude, you're being Fernando, he is an awesome dude. Here's a joke for you guys. So Mick Jagger walk.
I heard that story, yeah. That's funny.
That's a good one. Fernando Riley, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. You just covered the cost of StreamYard for next month, man.
Nice.
Thank you, man. So if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe. And also share these videos out on Facebook, on Twitter. If you're still on MySpace, post them to your MySpace feeds.
Wow, MySpace, yeah.
Friendster. All of them. Share these video out. Use the hashtag JohnnyBeanTV in any of your posts. Tag me. I'm pretty much everywhere. You can tag at Johnny Bean pretty much anywhere, and it's probably me, hopefully.
Good luck finding me.
But I promise, if you tag me on Twitter, if you tag me on Facebook, on Instagram, tag me on Instagram and stuff, I will repost you. I will retweet. I will heart your
account.
Your
heart. I'll heart your heart.
Your share.
Oh, okay.
So yes. So make sure to do that. And let's say hello to our executive producers here on Johnny Bean TV, here on YouTube. They are Dave Ennis, who actually called me last night. We talked for a while. Great talking to you, Dave.
He was in the chat earlier. I think he's probably still on there.
Right on. It was
David,
awesome.
the legendary David Ennis. Come
The
on.
legendary Dave Ennis. He called me last night. There's a phone number on the screen here. You guys can call that number. You can text it.
What's he sending you now? Another couple guitars?
He's sending me. He's sending me his support for the show.
Of course.
So Dave Ennis, awesome talking to you. Mike Neese, another huge supporter of the channel of the show, of these shows. Mike Neese, Music Therapy Laz, Music Therapy Laz, David Scher. Wow, a lot of support here.
The generous David Scher.
David Scher, dude, it's all awesome, man. Thank you, man. And yeah, when you get that new guitar, post pictures of it in the Discord. We love to see guitars and stuff. Music Therapy Laz, another huge supporter of these shows. Majestic PB and J, Cat, Wayno, False Flag, another huge supporter. Who a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, one person thinks is me, and that's not the truth. You'd have to be crazy to think that. Andy Carson, Michael B. We see him on the Sunday night string change show.
Yes,
sometimes.
Definitely. And he's in the
Habs, yeah, the Chad, Lenny Lou and Mary, James Gum, John Moronic, Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith, aka the Captain. Thomas Santiago, Joe Christian, and Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael.
Huge. I mean, those list of names there, that's the top tier of channel membership here on Johnny Beane TV. The top of the top when it comes to supporting the channel.
Wow.
That's the list of names right there.
Can't get much higher than them.
No, you can't. You really can't. But if you'd like to try, become a channel member here on Johnny Beane TV. Click that join button right below the 33 thumbs ups. Look at that. That's amazing.
Nice.
Amazing. Thank you so much, you guys. So you guys are probably wondering, like, what's going on with all these in the chat here. You guys are seeing like all these highlighted comments, like Fret Level Midnight. Johnny, how old are you? Mr. Midnight, I'm 32.
That's classified.
Well, I just told him.
You just said any number that came to your head before your actual number.
32, 23. I get the numbers mixed up sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you're wondering what that
74.
These comments. Wait, let's show that again. So these comments, if you're here and you're wondering, you're like, wait a minute. What's up? What's up? What's up with these colors? You know? These are called super chats. David Scher, Fernando Riley. Here's another one. We're in the beta for StreamYard, so I have endless scroll of the comments. So if you're wondering, like, what these are, right here, these are called super chats. These are where you can get your message highlighted in the chat, guaranteed to be noticed. You can pretty much say whatever you want in them, and it helps support the channel. It's another way to help support these shows. Extra special feature here is it changes the colors of my lights back here. This is the Guitar Moire, where I have all kinds of guitars. I've got the Frankenstein.
It's bass night tonight, huh?
Yeah, there's some basses there, which are for sale, by the way.
Ooh.
Text me. There's a number on the screen.
Is that a Harmony?
No. Fame and a Kramer.
Oh, Fame.
Many guitars in there in the Guitar Moire. We got the Charles Green Wolfgang in there. We got the
David Ennis Strat.
The David Ennis Wolfgang is actually in there as well.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of guitars in there. But anyway, as far as these colors, that's any super chats will change the colors of those lights. And so the latest one was the one with was Fret Level Midnight asked, or no, Fernando
No,
Riley.
Yeah,
It was
Fernando
Riley.
Yes.
There we go. Hoping Lee Roth gets a proper send-off. He deserves it. Fernando, we'll be talking about that.
Yep.
We'll be talking about that. But if you see this color of his comment, it coordinates with the color of the light in here. And that's something you're only going to see here. So it's an extra special feature here on the channel, during these shows while we're live. So if you'd like to get your oh gosh, if you'd like to get your comment noticed, change the color of those lights, get your name in lights like Fernando, like Fret Level, like David Scher. That's the way to do it. There's a $sign right below the there we go. There we go. Leo Safko, Johnny, you're immortal as far as I'm concerned. Thank you.
Wow.
That's very nice of you. Although I was just on a stationary bike for the last hour, so anything could I'm not kidding. If you guys are wondering what we were talking about, I was sitting here watching that latest Star Wars movie on a stationary bike. So
An elevated heart rate and
I was sweating. I was all sweating and everything, but apparently that's good for you. So that's what I was.
That's
doing.
what they say.
Yeah. That's
Jeff
the
T.
new Johnny Beane.
Oh, my glasses.
Jeff T. Need a strobe light. I used to have one, man, years ago. I used to have one. Actually, I have this one here. It's kind of a strobe light. But I'll be doing a review for this for you guys. So if you guys want these, they're very, very cool. I have an Amazon link for them. Look for that video before next week. Before next week, look for that. And if you guys want me to hook this up in the back,
it looked good last week. You had it on the door.
Press 1 in the chat. Drop a number 1 in the chat if you guys want to see me hook this up.
Yes, the disco lights.
The disco lights, yeah. Let's see, what else can we say? So there you go. So there's that. We're also live, Johnny Beane TV Facebook page, where we have currently Clayton James Hicks, who he's here to remind me tomorrow is Gibbs Sunday. Clayton, thank you so much. Thank you. We got Brett, is it Hewitt? Is that how you say your name? Good to see you, man. We got Fernando again. Fernando, thank you so much. He sent 500 stars over there.
Wow.
Thank you so much, you guys, over on Facebook. And if you'd like to help support over there, Facebook stars. Fernando sent 500 of them. Wow. Thank you so much, man. We're live in the Van Halen 1974 to 2020 Facebook group, where we're just under 63,000 members. And the groups are going just crazy tonight because of the latest that's going on in the world of Van Halen, which I'm sure we will cover tonight. There's many things, even since last night. Jay Hannon and I, on our Talkin' Van Halen program, we talked about some of that. There's even more news tonight that we will cover and talk about for you guys.
Good stuff.
Very, very, very exciting. And this is also a podcast. You can actually ask Siri to play the Johnny Beane podcast. And I got caught up. So we're at we're totally caught up on the podcast now. So if you'd like to subscribe, head on over to Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Amazon Music. We're also on Facebook now. So if you go to the Johnny Beane Facebook page, at least on mobile, I saw it, probably on desktop as well. There's actually a podcast area where you can actually watch us. Is that true? No, we can listen. We can listen to the podcast. You can watch us there as well because we're live there right now. But see, John, all this stuff, you really have to keep track of. There's a lot to keep track.
You get a lot going on in your mind, yeah.
There's a lot
to keep track of, yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Well, let's get into it. We're 18 minutes in, 19 minutes in. Let's get into the stuff.
Yes, dude. Well, how are you?
I'm doing well this week. It's been a long week, and happy that's the weekend. And what did I do today? We went took the dog out to the field. We have a nice, actually to my school, and let him run around in the field. It's one of the only closed-in places around, so we got to do that. And we went to a nice place for dinner, and that was about it.
Oh, what'd you have, man?
I
didn't have dinner.
I had the steak tips, which we went over in another show. It's just a nice piece of steak, like the it's almost like the throwaway stuff, but it's the most tender. It's the most, it's the best stuff. So I have some leftovers. I'll be eating at the
throwaways. What do you?
I don't know. It's like people don't. It's a New England thing, steak tips. So it's like when I say that, nobody knows what I'm talking about. But it's just like, it's the good pieces of meat that you would cut off on like a prime rib or in the other parts. So it's like you would almost throw it away, but it's the best stuff. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know my cuts, but it's just good steak. It's just chunks of steak, like chunks of good
skunks,
of good pieces of steak. So I had a good dinner, and yeah. So yeah, it's I'm feeling good.
Right on, man. I didn't have dinner. I had a bowl of chicken noodle soup several hours ago.
That's sad.
So no, it was good. It was awesome. It was awesome stuff. But so maybe after the show tonight, I'll have another bowl of soup because that's
nice.
All I have.
Well,
I don't have.
I'm glad you were satisfied, though. Yeah, chunky steak, exactly.
It was good stuff. And false flag. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Johnny.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We all feel 21 right now. Right. Right. Huh? I guess.
Do I feel 21? I do feel 21 still. In my mind,
I feel 21 at least twice.
Yeah, I've felt 21 for the last 20 plus years, so.
Yeah.
But
yeah. False flag. Yeah. Thank you, man. And great talking to you in the Discord, man. False flag. He joins us in the Discord when we do some of the Twitch, some of the GTA,
Wow. I've yet to check that out, but one of these days I'll get to it.
You got to check it out, man.
I got it.
It's awesome. Paul, I think we're almost to the point where Paul is gonna join us. See, we need a crew over there for GTA. Grand Theft Auto is what that means.
Oh, I was thinking it was great time always.
Well, it's that too.
Yeah. Okay.
It's that too. So. Yeah.
Well, what's the new? I mean, you guys were talking about Dave's retirement last night, and there's a lot to say about that. A lot to talk about. What else is going on today? I know I haven't had a chance to look at the Facebook group myself.
Well, I mean, should we get into it, or should we wait till everybody?
I'm sure we will. We can wait for everyone, but
jumps in.
Everyone will be. I'm sure. Most people, a couple people in the chat asking. We haven't. I don't know about Paul. I know Jay and Caleb will be in. Captain, we haven't heard from him, but it'll get. Ooh,
false flag. Just sent that over.
Is that a Jackson? That's a Jackson. Is that a what? It's a V. It's not a Rhodes. Is it a Kelly?
It is a Jackson.
What model is that? I think they called that a Kelly, maybe.
What model is this?
I don't know. It looks like. I mean, it's kind of got like the Gibson vibe of the original V's. Dinky. I don't know if it's Dinky. I thought was the kind of. I have a Dinky over the.
Wait a minute.
I got my Dinky over here. This is a Dinky body, anyway.
Oh,
this is the Warmouth neck with the Dinky body.
I think I had one of those bodies years ago.
This thing, I haven't played this in 6 months probably, but needs a good.
No,
clean.
wait.
Needs a string change. Sorry, you can't hear me, can you?
No, I can hear you. The bottom horn is there like an indent
contour? Yeah, it's got the contour, and on the back, contoured.
I have.
This one's all scratched
Either
up.
I have or I had one of those.
Let's see how bad it's out of tune. Actually, not too bad.
Wow. So you play folk music on that?
Yeah, this is definitely a folk guitar, Kingston Trio kind of stuff. John Sebastian. That's what I like.
That's cool. That's cool. So that's part of the Japanese market. He's saying.
Yeah, I think so. This was
the V.
You know.
His.
Oh, the V. Yes.
False flags. I had one of those bodies. Actually, I had a guitar that I had thrown together with that same.
Yeah.
No, wait. Do I still have it? I might still have it.
Go find that one. That's right, fret level.
Do I have it?
Yeah, that's that. I got that. I built that in like 2007. It's the Jackson Dinky 2 body, and then a Warmoth neck. Took a lot to put. I mean, it's still not. It's one of those guitars you kind of have to fight to make. It sounds great when everything's working, but it was the first guitar I built, so it's still a little. It has its quirks. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's kind of like the Frankenstein or something. I mean, I'm sure Ed had a lot of trouble, in putting 15 different necks on it and different tremolos and everything. So, I mean, he probably had to fight that quite a bit at times. But when it was working, it was the best sounding, the best guitar ever. So.
Oh, what, the Frankenstein?
Yeah, the Frankenstein.
Frankie. Well, he built other guitars before the Frankie. I mean, the Frankie wasn't like his first guitar that he had thrown together.
Right.
There was other ones, but that is his most. I mean, that was that became his main guitar, and that was his main guitar for.
Yeah, and it went through the most changes. I think the most changes, probably the most necks he put on a different body. I mean, that the body was the only thing that stayed the same from 76 or whatever it was till he retired it. Changed pickups, changed necks, changed tremolos. I mean, obviously pots and everything else, and so strap, but even everything down to the strap. The only thing that remained the same was that body, if you think about it.
Correct.
Oh,
could you hear that?
Yeah, you're all right over there.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I can't.
Yeah, you need a mute.
But hey, it's Saturday night. Why not?
Oh, it's all right.
There's only
you're not offending
100 people watching this. There's only 100 people watching this.
Yeah.
Let me see. Here we go. Okay, if you guys want to hear more about the Frankenstein, about I had a great conversation. My audio sucked because I wasn't using this computer. Oh, by the way, if I vanish at some point, that's this computer just crashing.
You've been a little glitchy. There's been a couple glitches.
Which could happen. Yeah. Actually, are we blurry, you guys?
I think I don't know. Are we?
Are we like
look at the all right?
Do I look okay?
I'm just looking at StreamYard, so
we look blurry to me.
I don't have my glasses, so I don't know. Everything's blurry. I think I look great.
You look all right?
No, you look good too.
Well, again, this is a podcast. So as you guys know, on this channel, it's not all about looks.
I think I sound great too. And Johnny as well.
Awesome. But hey, check out this video here with Alan Garber. We did a show on the 23rd. Great show. See, it says watch this later. So bookmark that. It's in the chat. Or you open it in another window and keep it on pause, and then when we're done here, jump over and watch it. Or watch some of it, jump back over here,
If you can multitask, put the captions on one and listen to us or whatever you can do.
Yeah. But anyway, my audio wasn't great on that episode because I was streaming from my phone, and my phone was like all the way over here.
Oh.
So I didn't have this.
Well, you sound good tonight.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, well, you're welcome. So anyway, check that out if you want to learn more about Frankenstein and those guitars. The show with Alan Garber was a lot of fun. Alan's a great dude. Another huge supporter of this channel.
Yeah, I saw that.
We have a lot of the same haters.
No way. Come on.
Yeah.
Not these.
It happens. It happens.
It's all good.
So I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. We got somebody here. Somebody just popped in. You ready?
Who's that?
We're going to lose this background. Wait, actually, if I switch to... There we go. All right. All the way from...
Parts Unknown.
From Parts Unknown, the one, the only, Jay Hanna. Oh, it's the wrong thing.
Oh.
It's not the String Change show.
I honestly think you just like
disappointed
either. You disappointed everybody watching.
Really? I gotta find the thing. There we go. Straturday night.
Yeah, you made it seem like some hot chick was coming in.
Wow.
And then I show up.
Well,
with this hot chick though, I guess.
There you go. And you got your Halloween background, your October background. Nice.
Yeah, I got it going on. Oh my god!
Except it's focusing on the jack-o'-lantern though, I think, or the background.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's okay. Leo Safko, thank you again, man. I know this is a Van Halen show. Leo, this is actually the only Van Halen show as far as I'm concerned.
Sorry, I was.
But has anyone here seen the new Sopranos movie yet? I keep seeing the commercials for it.
There's a Sopranos movie?
It's like a prequel or something.
Oh,
I think.
I've watched like half an episode of The Sopranos, and
I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons, and then that was it. I never saw the last episode featuring Journey.
That's the only part I saw was the part featuring Journey.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, was the main guy Tony Soprano? Whoever that actor is, like, I thought he was terrible.
Gandolfini.
Yeah, his the way he talked in it, I was like, it like made me cringe. It just wasn't. It was like, I don't know. I never liked it. And I dig all those mafia movies, but that for some reason I just was like, this is terrible.
Nothing will beat Goodfellas for me. Goodfellas was like such a great movie. And I like The Sopranos, but eventually it just got got boring to me. I don't know. After like the second or third season.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
My parents watched it, and I was just, I'd see them watching it, and again, it was the same thing. Like I just didn't dig it.
Yeah, I think those movies. Everybody only likes The Godfather 1, maybe The Godfather 2. 3 didn't make it. Goodfellas was great, and a full 2.5. Oh, be careful!
I thought the strap was on, but then again, you're not going to notice if I ding it, right? Oh no!
Oh no, it's all right.
Don't ding it with the strap on.
Yeah.
But I think eventually all those, if you keep it going for season after season, hour after hour, I think those stories get a little tired, but that's just me. So.
Watch your dinghy. Hey, Seinfeld lasted 9 seasons and quit while they still were on top.
But that's just that content was forever changing too. There was always a new jokes, new characters, new settings, new everything. I think it went out on top, and it was every episode of that is almost perfect.
My favorite Seinfeld season was like third or second to last.
Wow.
Yeah, it just got better and better as far as
there was a certain season where every episode was just insanity.
What season did Larry David leave? Like 5 or something?
I think like the last 2 or 3 seasons
he left somewhere. Yeah.
And I think those were some of the funniest episodes. It's because I think they were a little more like, I don't know, it was more better input with the comedians, different writers and stuff. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I love Larry David and all his stuff, and Seinfeld as well. So,
do you watch Curb?
Yeah, I've seen all the Curbs.
Ah, dude, yeah,
they're good too, man. Yeah. Yep,
he's hilarious.
Stephen Franklin. Sorry, Stephen Franklin sent in a picture of his Jackson.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
That is nice.
Very nice, man. Oh, look at that. Very cool, dude.
Is that a dinky? I don't know. Is that
Yeah, probably. It's got the dinky body and everything. So I got a Gizmochi question in here.
Hey, speaking of Gizmochi,
So Mark Graves says, "Hey Jay, great latest album. Thank you very much. Why is Winter only 2 minutes long?" Honestly, couldn't tell you. I mean, it started out as our intro on the tour for the previous album, like the last half, I'd say, of that tour. That was like our opening song. So we'd like have it playing over the PA as we like walked out on stage and stuff. So it wasn't really, it was never really meant to be, you know, a long song. I mean, I don't know. Could we have taken it somewhere else? Yeah, probably. But I mean, the album's an hour and 24 seconds long. So does it really need to?
That's a lot. That's a long record.
Yeah. Well, some of the songs are like, a couple of them are like 9 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes. So.
well, that ties in perfectly with my unboxing.
Wow. Neanderthal.
Really?
Oh, I've got mail too.
I don't have any mail.
Is it as cool as my mail?
I don't know. Which should we open first? And by the way, false flag. Thank you, man. He says, "I see Jay a la Scarface, room full of cocaine."
Wait. You know what I like is what I like is that Johnny likes to use false flag to say the things that he wouldn't say himself.
His alter ego.
It's his alter ego, yeah.
That's it.
As if Johnny needs another ego.
Oh.
I kid.
But they perfectly complement each other, so it's it's all good.
Johnny doesn't compliment anything. He just goes, ugh.
That's why false flag says it.
Yeah, it's false flag. False flag is the voice inside Johnny's head.
Yeah. The things he
You'd be
doesn't want to say.
crazy to think that.
You'd have to be crazy.
Yeah, so Mark Graves, that song was written like in 2006.
Hi, Janice.
Somewhere in 2006, probably, maybe even the end of 2005.
Wow.
So,
has anybody thought about taking their Frankie and making the headstock black?
And why would you want to do that?
Wait a minute.
what was happening here?
No, there are old pictures of Ed with a black headstock on older guitars.
Yeah, the
Bumblebee.
the Charvel.
Yeah,
the Charvel.
Eventually, that neck landed on the Frankie, right?
I believe so.
That's what he was talking about.
Every neck he probably had at that time ended up on the Frankie at one point.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
But I always wondered if somebody would if everybody thought about doing that.
It's not.
Oh, you're right. Bozique brings up a good point. Johnny Beane isn't even really his real name, so false flag would be the third voice in his head.
Yeah, there you go.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Nobody knows my real name.
Nobody knows
the trouble I've seen.
I think the black Charvel headstock had a different headstock profile.
Sharkvel? The Sharkvel?
The Charvel. The shovel version of that.
The shovel.
It has a smaller Fender style headstock, I think.
By the way, I decided
I don't know what's going on in Johnny's head, but I
decided on Straturday night to break out an Explorer because I thought that would be completely different.
Paul Hetfield over here.
Futura.
No, it's Explorer.
Wasn't that the original name of the Explorer? Was the Futura?
No, the Futura is a totally different guitar. Released at the same time, though, 1958. And they were both failures at the time.
That's right. I was reading about the Flying V the other day, and I know that was part of those.
Let's go down the list. Who looks cool with an Explorer guitar? James Hetfield, number one.
Everybody.
No, I would look like a freaking idiot playing that thing. Get out.
The Edge.
Collins.
The Edge. Does the Edge look cool with any guitar on?
That's it. But this is the thing. The Edge, never has there been a guitar player that's been able to do more with less talent. I mean, if you just get a good,
you take that delay pedal away from him. He doesn't. He's working a.
No, I mean, seriously, yeah. He's got. I mean, between delay, reverb, chorus. I mean, his entire repertoire is based on effects. I've never, ever seen him play an acoustic guitar. Sure, you see it in the Desire video, but that's piped in. I've never seen the Edge play an acoustic guitar, not once. By the way, the Edge ended up with an Explorer because he went looking for a Les Paul and realized they were too expensive, and he was like, "Oh, okay."
Yep.
Now I love you too, but let's not
Thank you.
let's not overstate the guitar proficiency of Dave Evans, because he's not a great guitar player by his own admission, by the way. Yeah, anybody looks good with an Explorer. The thing is, Jay, an Explorer is great because there's so much wood on it that if you're a big person, like if you're a large man, unlike like with the Wolfgang, we talked about the Wolfgang always looks small with somebody, because of the Explorer's design, it's so long and so much wood, so big that large men can play an Explorer and it looks good.
What patch cord, what guitar cable do you have in that thing, Ray? Let me see that. It looks like something you bought from Radio Shack.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was one of those like $2.
What, like the telephone cords?
Yeah. Not even. Oh, man.
And for those that have never played an Explorer.
Yeah, I thought it was one of those, dude. I was like, you got the 25 cent.
That's what I use. Come on. What's wrong?
Dude, I use the heavy shielded stuff. I've actually used cheap guitar cords before, and it makes everything sound like shit. You really should use the right cord. Like everybody's like, use instrument cord or speaker cord. It's just like any other gauge extension cord. If you use the wrong one, the current doesn't sound good. The right cord matters, believe it or not.
And again, you get what you pay for, because if you're buying a piece of crap one, it's probably going to not snap on you, but next thing you know, you'll be like,
yeah. Not only that, yeah, you'll snap the shaft off in the hole, giggity
shaft.
But it's it'll also screw up your jack.
Jack.
When that happens,
he's got the jack. And for those that have never played an Explorer, it sits somewhere between a Les Paul and an SG.
Are they comfortable?
Yes, very much so.
How about on the forearm?
Yeah, it doesn't have neck dive or anything like that.
No, I'm talking about this.
Yeah, it's fine. The problem with this though is you got to watch this part, because you're so not used to it. Because normally, like I have it on my inside thigh, but normally you would have it out here. When you're playing, it's down, and that part sticks way out. So you turn and you hit mic stands and you hit all kinds. Like, it's not uncommon to see this part of the guitar just chipped,
bashed up.
Oh,
yeah, it gets beat up. Craven Soda's asking, the 12th fret inlay. This is 120th anniversary. This is 2014, 120th anniversary.
They've been making notes for 120 years.
I guess they did.
Wow.
I didn't.
Everyone.
I didn't care about the inlay. I don't care about the inlay. I like the fact that it has a bound neck with the fret nibs, and it has burst bucker pros in it. And it's as opposed to the 496 500T ceramics. So this is a little warmer than your average. And the neck is really, really thin. It's the thinnest neck I have on any Gibson.
Wow. The only Explorer I would ever own is if they came out with like a, James Hetfield's Eat Fuck, replica or something like that.
They did for a while. They had one.
That's the only one I would own. I would only play Metallica riffs on it, and that's it. I wouldn't do anything else with it.
Well, that's the funny thing about it is it was never really. It came back. Obviously, it's come back as a metal guitar, but it was never really intended to be a metal guitar.
It looks like a metal guitar.
It came out in 1958, didn't it?
Yes, that's the whole point. It was the shape of the guitar was supposed to be, very angular, very balanced, and it is very balanced. They're really good balanced guitars. Very comfortable to play. And it's funny because there's so much wood back here, you kind of lean on it, and then you put your hand up here, and you're just like, eh.
And it turns into a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
Is that a neck through?
Yeah. Yeah. Gibson doesn't make bolt-on Gibsons. I mean, they did for a while, the cheap ones, but set neck.
Not a neck through.
There you go. Oh yeah.
Yeah, set neck. And it does have a weak spot here. I mean, all Gibsons have a weak spot. It's a very thin joint. If you know what the joint is, giggity. It's a pinner.
It's a pinner.
But just great guitars. I mean, this is the closest thing to a shredding Gibson guitar you can have. Gibson doesn't really make a shredding guitar.
Mm-hmm.
This one is the closest thing to it. But Alan Collins from Skinner is really the reason why.
Oh yeah. Okay. Somebody mentioned Al Petrelli. Yep, I remember watching him play one of those. Certain guys can pull it off. I would look like a total moron playing that thing. And the funny thing, like I was trying too hard, type, you know.
That came back. It came back. Yeah, and Bozique brings up, the Carina wood are the most valuable ones out there. If you can find an actual like 58 Carina Explorer, they're really, really expensive. They're almost
like 200 of them or something.
Yeah, they didn't make many at all. Here's the thing: they were a failure. And then when you talk about the Gibson lawsuit years with Les Pauls, well, this wasn't an issue because they stopped making these in the United States. So that's why Ibanez and all the other companies started making them. Ibanez, Hamer,
the
Deane.
Destroyer, right?
Yes.
Basically.
And basically what they did was because Gibson wasn't making this anymore, the rest of them were like, well, we'll make it. And because the Ibanez and the Hamer and the Deane became so popular, Gibson was like, hey, wait a second. They brought it back in 1976. But they only made them for a couple of years originally. And now, I mean, you know, they go in and out of the lineup. Like, it's weird. There'll be like a 5-year period where they make Explorers and then they don't make them for a few years. And then people demand to get them back. And they come back for a while and then they go away. I don't think overall they're a big seller, but I think Gibson's smart enough to go, okay, every couple of years, we'll release them for like 2 or 3 years, you know, make a big batch of them. And then when they sell out, they sell out. We don't bother. I imagine it's a bitch to set the CNC machine, the jigs to do this. You know what I mean? And when they don't sell a lot of them, it doesn't make any sense to cut a lot of these pieces of wood if they're not going to move them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My second guitar was a Hondo Explorer. I'm looking for a picture here. One of these.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Cheap Trick version.
I mean the Cheap Trick, yeah.
Guitar.
Is that a Kaler though?
Mine only had the Fender style. I'm trying to see if I think that was probably an upgrade. The Kaler.
I like that.
This was more like mine. Yeah, I think this was.
Austin LaFawn pulls it out. The Explorer is the McRib of Gibson.
Dude, I like.
I wish I still had that. I mean, it had a maple neck. It was I bought it for $150. I remember Daddy's Junkie Music.
Bozique is right. The Gibson SG is the best-selling guitar Gibson makes. Has been since it was released.
And I just happen to have it.
Yep.
I love the SG. That was my first favorite guitar before any of Ed's. I think I discovered Angus before I discovered Ed, but or at least I was a big fan of Angus, you know, when I first discovered hard rock.
Angus Burger.
Yeah.
Black Angus.
Oh, you like that Black
Angus? We were talking about steak tips earlier. So, yeah. No.
I think
Who else looks cool playing an SG besides Angus?
Paul Stanley.
Nah.
Paul Stanley had him in the 70s. He played them.
Oh.
No.
Tony Iommi looks great.
Yeah, okay. Tony Iommi.
Oh, with an SG. Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying the Explorer. SG, no. I mean Frank Zappa, Angus, obviously, Iommi, Derek Trucks.
Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend.
You know?
Yeah.
A number of people. That's another one of those guitars, like, I don't know, man.
Jay just
I can't see Jay with an SG. No. I don't see you with traditional guitars, Jay. Like, I don't see you with a Strat. Like, I see you with the Frankenstrat, but I can't see you with an actual Fender Strat.
You know, I owned a red Mexican Fender Strat. It was like my first kind of real guitar.
What about that ESP? Do you still have
nice
that?
pull, Fret Level Midnight. Sister Rosetta Tharpe with a it was actually I think a Les Paul SG. I think it was the 3 pickup white Les Paul SG, which I think is what Sister Rosetta Tharpe played. But you're right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jay. I apologize. You had was your ESP a Strat?
He was John Bield.
Yeah, well, I have an LTD ESP. It's a black road worn Strat. Looks like it's friggin', you know, been through the ringer. Right. I don't play it, but
yeah, Akira Takasaki didn't really play Explorers. He played Hurricane Star guitars for the most part. His guitar was a Hurricane, was the name of the company that made his guitars.
Bbwho was Akira?
He's a guitar player for
Loudness.
He's the Japanese Eddie Van Halen. He's the greatest guitar player in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or he was, unless Van Halen toured in Japan, then Eddie was.
Yeah, the second that plane came in. All right, second best, everybody. Second best. Eddie's here.
Yeah, Fret Level Midnight brings up a good point. Yes, the Les Paul took his name, or didn't take his name. He had his name taken off the SG, the Les Paul SG. They changed, and this is we've gone through this before. In 1960, the Les Paul wasn't selling, so they changed the design of the guitar to the SG because they wanted it to be lighter. They wanted it to be a double cutaway like the Stratocaster because they were getting their asses kicked by Fender. So they redesigned the guitar, and the brand new the Les Paul was called the Les Paul Solid Guitar, and Les Paul's name was still on it from 61 through 63. The official name was Gibson Les Paul SG, and they made like 3 different versions of it. And then when they ran out, Les didn't hate the SG. That's a misnomer. Les had said, by the way, Les Paul didn't even fucking design the Les Paul. Let's just get that out of the way. Ted McCarty designed it, and Les Paul got credit for it. But
oh, wow.
The SG, Les was going through a divorce with Mary Ford at that time. And yes, Les was pissed off that they redesigned the guitar without consulting him, which, by the way, they had no right. I mean, they didn't have to consult him. But he was going through a divorce with Mary Ford, and I believe his royalty rate, and somebody would correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the royalty rate at the time was a fairly substantial $1 per guitar sold. And that was pretty good, at the time.
It sounds good to me with any guitar right now.
Yeah. So I think that was his royalty rate, and I could be wrong. Somebody will correct me on that if I'm wrong on it. But as I understand it, he basically wanted his name off the guitar so that Mary Ford couldn't attach the income from Gibson as an asset in the divorce.
Checks out. Yeah, I think that's correct. Yes.
I'm a huge Les Paul fan. Like the player. I was listening to his shit this week. I love him as a guitar player. I think his guitar playing, his legato technique is unparalleled. I mean, he was a phenomenal player, and multi-tracking. And when you go back and you listen to some of those 1940s recordings with him and Mary Ford, her voice is fucking just stunningly good. And they couldn't hide behind any effects at the time, so she had to be able to sing.
Mm-hmm. And he had that black box too.
He invented multi-track recording. Yes, multi-track recording, reverb, backward masking, all that stupid shit were all Les Paul inventions.
It was a great documentary. It was about maybe 10 years ago at this point, but I think it was on PBS, and they play it every once in a while. Les Paul, was it Chasing Sound? Is that what it was? Les Paul
might have been Chasing Tune.
Chasing Tune, yeah, Tone. But that's a great, I mean, it's the whole Les Paul story and the multi-track. They go into everything, all of his inventions and everything. So
he got in a car accident in the prime of his career. And the doctors said, there's a good chance he's not going to be able to have full range of motion in his arm. So he had his right arm set so that he could still pick. So that's why his arm was like very Django Reinhardt in the same way. His arm was permanently fixed at a certain angle so that he could continue to play guitar.
Mm-hmm. And that it was called Chasing Sound.
There was a Chasing Sound?
Yeah.
Chasing Tail.
Great. It's a really great documentary. I mean, especially for gearheads and stuff like that.
Bozique, the Les Paul that he created in the Epiphone factory has nothing to do with the Les Paul we saw today. The guitar he created at the Epiphone factory was the log that had the the solid piece of wood through it with the neck bolted to it, and then the 2 wings from a hollow body attached to it. And this was in the 40s, in the early 40s.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah,
wow. The log with the broken arm.
He's got the broken arm. Yeah.
Yep. And so he brings this into he's working in the Epiphone factory because they shut down at night, so he was allowed to go in there and tinker because he had a good relationship with the people at Epiphone. And he builds this guitar and brings it to Gibson, and Gibson goes, no. And he goes over to his buddy Leo Fender. He goes, hey guy, look what I did. And Leo goes, and takes that idea, builds the Broadcaster. And Fender didn't own the trademark to the name Broadcaster at the time, because Gretsch owned it for their drums. So Broadcaster drums. So Fender comes up with, I think it was the Esquire before it was the Telecaster, but I could be wrong on that.
I thought it was what about the Boner Caster? Was that ever taken?
Well, Boner Jams was taken.
Oh,
yeah.
I prefer Boner Caster myself.
Yeah. But the unfortunate Ted McCarty was the guy who really designed it, who really designed the Les Paul. I mean, Les was part of it, but they basically took a single cutaway, one of like the ES series, you know, like CES, like the Nightbird and all those kind of guitars. They took that jazz guitar and made a solid body out of it.
It became a classic.
Let's face it, Leo and Les got it right on day one. They both got it right. The Telecaster, the design hasn't really changed. The Les Paul, for the most part, the design hasn't really changed. It is what it is.
I think
it
they're
works.
Still the top selling guitars to this day. I mean, they always have been, the Strat and the Les Paul.
The Strat and the SG.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the SG outsells the Les Paul.
SG's cheaper.
Yeah.
Wow.
And good quality. Quality stuff.
Quality
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the SG is you get 90% of the tone of a Les Paul out of an SG. The problem is the reason why it's cheaper is obviously less wood, no maple top, and no flaming. And you don't see any SGs with like flame tops on them. Although there have been a couple of bursts.
Just really basic.
They have made some bursts, like silver burst SGs and shit, but I think those have been one-offs.
And you can get an SG in probably any color, any body, you know, any pickup selection and all of that. I mean, you can get them with Floyd Roses for crying out loud, you know?
You know, it's a good point Bozique brings up. Yes, if he tried to sell the idea to Epiphone, if Epiphone had done it, yes, the Les Paul would have looked different. Fun fact, Gibson buys Epiphone in 1957, so eventually the Les Paul would have looked the same anyway. It would have eventually becoming, because what Gibson did was when they bought Epiphone, they acquired, you know, all the rights, the proprietary rights to their guitars, and the Epiphone Casino and Sheraton were both fantastic guitars. They eventually appropriated those and made the ES 335s and the Lucille and all those things were really based upon the Epiphone Casinos and Sheratons. And so there was a lot of cross-pollination. It's a good point, Bozique. Maybe if Epiphone had bought it originally, it would look more like a Casino. The Les Paul guitar might look more like a Casino.
It's like information overload for me tonight, boys.
Sorry, I'll stop.
No, just my brain can't handle it at this hour.
All right, let me wake Jay up.
My eyes are bloodshot already.
I'm gonna wake Jay up here. So
I apologize. I apologize.
Well, I'm sure everybody else is pumped about it. I'm losing it.
What's the matter, Paul? Oh, because you're boring everyone? Oh.
I must be, yeah.
Boring. No.
I'm just kidding.
It's all right. I'm cool with it.
Johnny, you unboxing something? Or?
No, that's his water bottle.
Oh, okay.
But wait, Fret Level Midnight. Wait, is that your name? Did I have that misspelled? He's saying in the Discord he wanted me to change the name of the Randy Rhoads channel. Please change the name of this channel. Is it misspelled, or why do you want me to change the name?
You have a Randy Rhoads channel?
I have a Randy Rhoads channel in the Discord. Yeah.
Oh, did he want you to put like is it like the sloppy rhythm guitar channel or something? Is that what he wanted to change to?
Did you spell it RHOADS? Isn't that how you spell it? Right?
He must have spelled it RHODES.
RHO.
It's a common one. People do that a lot.
Wait, so that's
Randy
misspelled?
Rhoads.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, he misspelled it.
Not Randy Rhoads. Come on, it's Randy Rhoads.
Wait a minute. What is it? Because wait,
RHOADS.
RHOADS is right or wrong?
Is correct.
You need the A.
Didn't I have it like that?
Apparently not.
Just put it
I
like
changed
road.
it.
You know how you drive on a
anyway,
road?
so
just put an H.
Look at it now and tell me if it's correct.
But Jay is right. Under horrible rhythm tone, I would.
Well, I meant horrible. Well, not horrible, but
it's so mid. It's so mid heavy.
Rhythm player. That's what I meant to say.
He didn't really play much rhythm. I mean, it was.
Then you can't be considered one of the greatest guitar players ever.
We're on the same page here, Jay. I find Randy Rhoads to be overrated as well.
In the catalog, again, he had 2 albums he, really shined on.
Yeah, Bob Daisley wrote the songs. Randy played well on them. He played great solos on them, but the songs were written by Bob Daisley.
Yeah.
And the tone again. The tone was.
Oh, it was too overdriven. In fact, I don't believe there was much. There's not much dynamic in Randy Rhoads' tone. It's just so super overdriven. By the way, that's great. And if you like that sound, Akira Takasaki's the same way. George Lynch is the same way. It's super driven. But George Lynch has a little bit of compression on it.
But also, I think the gear that Randy used, that was the top of the line gear at the time.
Oh no, I mean, he was definitely a moment in time. It was certainly a thing. Kind of like the tone that Metallica had at the time, the tone that Anthrax had at the time, that was that super just driven, crunchy fucking guitar. And it's great for what it is. It's just, I don't think it ages well.
I would consider the Randy Rhoads like transistor radio type. Like, it's almost just unpleasant to listen to. And
it is. That's what it is.
There's a lot of white noise there. Yeah.
Yeah. Great playing, but yeah, I mean, and I think like the early Metallica, Anthrax, Megadeth, that stuff had great tone. I mean,
well, no, Anthrax's first record where they had good rhythm guitar tone was Among the Living, in my opinion.
Still better than Randy Rhoads.
Spreading the Disease was a lot of. I mean, it was great. The songs were cool, but the production was not fantastic. I'm not a huge. I like what Randy did well. But I think that he's overrated.
I'm just talking about from as far as tightness of a rhythm guitar player. He might have been playing complicated stuff because Fret Level Midnight, he completely disagrees with me, and that's fine.
Bozique brings up like Tony Iommi, and I think when they were trying to dial in Randy's tone, I think they might have been going for a Tony Iommi kind of, because he had a very unique tone in those mid Sabbath albums. Very dark at the beginning, but then he had that overdriven, distorted, in the late Ozzy era of Sabbath. But
Jakey Lee, in my opinion, blows Randy Rhoads out of the water.
Yeah,
in everything.
But I don't think
tone was way better.
To be fair, Jakey Lee wouldn't exist if Randy Rhoads hadn't come before him, though. I mean, No, but I'm just saying, like, Randy was one of those guys that when he hit LA, there were two guitar players in LA at the time. It was Eddie and Randy. And Randy was doing one style and Eddie was doing another style. And, obviously Eddie got it first, but I'm certainly, like there are guys that are influenced. We've talked about this before with like Malmsteen and shit like that. There are some people that see that playing and go, that inspires me to be who I am. And I think Jakey Lee took all, he's more of a blues player than Randy ever was, but I think he took some of the string skipping and some of the, the chunking and stuff directly from what Randy did.
Yeah. Randy
I get it. It's early 80s, Classical. So it's when you compare it to other stuff after it, it's almost not fair. But then again, you got Eddie Van Halen.
Look, I
78, so
got it right on the first album.
Yeah.
And here's the reason. Here's the reason, and I don't like Randy's tone, and that's usually my biggest slam on Randy Rhoads is I don't think he had great tone. But the reason why, the only thing that I use to defend my position of Randy Rhoads being overrated is the Quiet Riot example. He wrote 2 records with Quiet Riot. They got signed to CBS Records. Those records still to this day have yet to be released in the United States. They were not good records. Randy Rhoads was not a great songwriter on his own. When Bob Daisley wrote the songs, and he wrote them in conjunction with Randy, I'm sure they arranged a lot of this stuff together, but Randy's entire dossier of credible and good work is 2 studio albums and 1 live album.
Right.
But he has 2 other albums prior to being hooked up with Bob Daisley that are so unmentionable.
Never seen light of day.
You would think that a guy with the legend of Randy Rhoads having died in 1982, that those records would have, at some point, CBS Records would have said, okay, we're going to release these in the United States.
They're that bad?
They still haven't done it. Yeah, they're not good.
Somebody must have said these are unreleasable, because you're right. Randy Rhoads was a commodity at the time. Like,
right.
The tribute album, it's like that, right after he died, there was a huge, and people, still are on the Randy bandwagon forever.
I'm not saying Randy Rhoads isn't a great guitar player. I just don't think he's as great as his Death is a great career move. You become a legend. You become a legend before.
Could have been amazing.
Well,
we'll never know.
When it's in your prime or as you're ascending.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, he becomes you know, we always wonder what could be, and that creates a legend. That is, you know, look, you know, Dimebag was like that as well. Dimebag, you know, had his moments on the first couple of Pantera records. The last couple of Pantera records weren't really doing well. When the band split up, that Damage Plan record didn't do shit.
No, it wasn't. I mean, some of the riffs were cool, but just again, like Paul, you always talk about the chemistry thing, man.
Yep.
You know,
I mean, and I mean, Pat Lackman was a decent player, but you know, and you're always gonna get Diamond Vinny. They're gonna sound good, a la, you know, Eddie and Alex. But those songs were not very good, and the first 3 Pantera records are not very good.
What?
So again, the first 3 Pantera. Metal Magic.
Oh, no. Yeah. I thought you meant Cowboys,
glam.
The glam Pantera stuff is not very good. Again, it goes back to my reference with Randy Rhoads. The Terry Glaze era Pantera was not a very good band.
And somebody mentioned his tone. I think you did as well, Paul. But here's the thing with Dimebag's tone. Yes, if all of a sudden I were to sit down and play with that tone, I'd be like, oh my God, I gotta dial something else in. But it worked for him. And could you imagine those records with a different guitar tone?
Well, the fun part about it is it was so crunchy with no delay, you know, other than when he was, you know, hitting the whammy bar. But like it was so dry and tight and crunchy and just powerful. Nobody sounded like that. And they were a stellar band at a time where stellar metal bands didn't really exist. Yeah. You know, and good for them. But he was another one of those guys that, you know, he's a legend for the early part, you know, for that middle part of Pantera's career. And then, you know, when they flamed out and Damage Plan happened, Damage Plan was a failure.
Well, I had inside information at the time because we were, when all that happened, we actually went to see Damage Plan. Where was it? In New York City. Probably about 2 weeks before he died. And literally a few days before that all happened, we had heard from somebody on the inside in the record industry that, hey, we've kind of heard that they might be getting back together with Phil.
That's true.
And, you know, it was obviously a hush-hush thing at the time. And then what happened. Mm-hmm. And again, who knows if that would have been Roseland. I think it was the Roseland. But, you know, again, I think
it's bound to happen if it had the chance.
Once Phil's voice was shot, you know, like I enjoyed, you know, obviously Cowboys from Hell. He does the heavy stuff and the falsetto, the 80s stuff. And I thought he did it brilliantly on that first.
Yeah. I mean, Cemetery Gates is the perfect metal song.
It's great, man.
Because there's melody in it, there's power in it, there's thrash in it, and that fucking note he hits, which is a falsetto note, but it's an amazing falsetto note. There's no way you can do that forever. Thank God for Terry Date being able to get that, you know, on or is it Terry Brown? I forget which one.
Terry Date.
For Terry Date being able to get that on tape because that's a stunningly powerful note. You know, and it didn't help that Phil was spreading his talent with Down. That first Down record is pretty fucking good too.
Yeah.
Nola is a good record. So, but I mean, if there's a perfect metal, I think the second greatest metal album in the history of metal behind Master of Puppets is Far Beyond Driven. I mean, not Far Beyond Driven.
Vulgar.
Vulgar Display of Power. Sorry, thank you.
Vulgar is my second behind And Justice for All.
Yeah.
Vulgar. I mean, it's God. It's so just.
Yeah.
You want to beat people up with that shit? Come on, man.
Yeah. No. It's and I saw them on the Cowboys tour. This was a great 3-band bill. It was Pantera, Testament, and Wrathchild America.
Oh yeah.
And and by the way, Wrathchild America was the best band on stage that night. They were fucking outstanding.
Wow.
Shannon Larkin.
They had to bring their A game, didn't they?
Yeah. Shannon Larkin as their drummer. Wrathchild America was a fantastic band. If you're into thrash and you haven't listened to them, you're missing out on a very good band. It was basically Atlantic Records' attempt to create their own Metallica, and it failed miserably. But that was a great triple bill. Phil still had the mohawk at the time.
Where was that?
The Channel.
Oh, okay. I wish I was. Yeah, I wish I was in that.
You weren't old enough.
I was just a couple years away from that, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I was still too young.
I remember the first time I heard, the song "Regular People" Conceit off of Vulgar Display of Power. The how does the riff go, man? The second riff of the I was like, whoa, man. I was like, what was I, 15 when I bought that CD? I was like, you gotta be kidding me with this guy. Some of the riffs on that album are just so damn good, man. Like, you never heard stuff like that before, Well,
what's interesting is there is some stuff like that, but it never really got known. Scott Ian writes riffs like that.
You mean Charlie Benante or Benante?
Well, yes, yeah. Charlie writes the riffs, but Scott plays them. And some of the riffs on those early Anthrax records are pretty fucking stellar. And obviously the SOD records are fun. SOD records. I mean, the guitar playing on those is really good as well. But that's the thing about Dime is Dime, his legend exceeds his reality. We all know how great he was, and he was on the verge of becoming a household name. But his band was just never going to be mainstream acceptable. They were never going to be Metallica. Metallica wouldn't be as big as they are if they hadn't made the Black Album and mellowed out. I know that sounds weird when I say mellowed out, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Let's face it. There's a big difference between Leper Messiah, Disposable Heroes, and Sad But True.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you on that. You got to give Pantera credit though. I mean, 94 when what's his why do I always forget the name of the album?
Far Beyond Driven.
Far Beyond Driven. I mean, they hit number 1, the heaviest album ever to go number 1, but they were doing the opposite. They were like, "Hey, we're getting heavier." Mm-hmm. And again, like Paul kind of mentions, if you want to cross over and be, a household name, you have to kind of write some stuff that's accessible to people that listen to radio.
I happen to love, I'm a big fan of the band Nuclear Assault, very big fan of the band Nuclear Assault, but Nuclear Assault, nobody's there, nobody outside of metalheads know who they are. Fantastic band.
Who? Great. My neighbor actually played on a short tour with them.
Yeah.
My neighbor growing up.
Your neighbor did?
Yeah.
Here's how Slayer got it.
Eric Payon. Look it up on the Nuclear Assault website. Or
go get him.
Wiki. He's on.
There's two things. Vista Light 72. Slayer got a big following because of the legend of Slayer. I bet you there's a big percentage of people who say Slayer who can't tell you the first 2 albums. They've never heard Halloween.
They can't name 5 songs either.
They can't name the band members. Slayer is like the Ramones and Motorhead. It's a brand. It's a fantastic brand.
They got their shirt at Target.
Yeah. But they're an amazing brand. And by the way, they're a fantastic band too. I'm not trying to take away from the band.
And one of the originators of that.
Yes.
And they've always, for the most part, stayed true.
Yep.
They've always done.
There was that little Diabolus and Musica part.
I actually love that album, man.
But it was certainly a departure
it was
from
that
what they
new
normally
metal
do.
time where they kind of,
Yeah.
I've heard of them, Keith. I've never heard their music.
Who, Slayer?
No, Nuclear Assault.
Oh.
I would say Fret Level Midnight that Bostaff is a more diverse drummer than Lombardo, but Lombardo has got the fastest feet I've ever heard. Him and Gene Hoglan have the fastest feet I've ever heard on kick drums. But yeah, Bostaff's probably a little more of a diverse drummer, but Slayer doesn't need a diverse drummer.
No.
He probably wrote it himself, Eric, but it says on their Wikipedia site, Nuclear Assault's classic lineup later reunited for one concert in '97, put on by Eric Payon, who was my neighbor, and
cool.
Followed more shows with him playing on bass. So
there's another great metal band. This is for Jay's Wednesday show. If you've never listened to them, there's 2 of them from Boston. One of them is called Wargasm, and the other one is called Malaya Rage. And Sully was in Malaya. Sully from Godsmack was in Malaya Rage briefly, but 2 fantastic bands that came too late. Oh, I got a mosquito. Fucking mosquito almost landed in my eye. It was so weird.
Oh no,
this is pretty. Keep doing that, John Biel. It's pretty good.
Wasn't that Guar? Maggots. Maggots.
We got some good comments in here. Fret Level Midnight says Richard Christie is his favorite metal. Hey, that Death album that Richard Christie is on, Sound of Perseverance, that's one of my favorite heavy metal drum performances. Is his drumming on that album. It's like so over the top, but still awesome.
But that's his problem. That's the problem with Death. Is the legend of the band Death exceeds the reality of them as well. And Gene Hoglan is the guy that everybody thinks of as the drummer for Death, just like Lombardo with Slayer. It's like, Bostaph might be a better drummer, but Lombardo is Slayer's drummer, and Gene Hoglan is Death's drummer, as good as Rich Christie did on that record.
Well, you also have what's his name?
Johnny has no idea what we're talking about.
No, why can't I think?
No,
of his
I know
name
Richard
right
Christie from Stern Show.
Right.
I know you're talking about.
Hold on a second. Why can't I remember his? He passed away not too long ago. Crap. Sean Reinert. Sean Reinert was one of Death's drummers as well, and he arguably, some people think he's like the greatest heavy metal drummer of all time, which I can't argue that. Some of the stuff he's on is like so good. So.
Yeah, I'm a big Charlie Benante fan, and I like Hoglan, Hoglan. There's no D at the end of it. And I think Shannon Larkin is a fantastic drummer. I think his talent is wasted in Godsmack, but he's getting paid, so good for him.
Yeah. Hey, you want to sell records?
Yep.
You're probably not going to play to your potential,
right? And there's a guy that plays for the band Porcupine Tree named Gavin Harrison, who's a stellar drummer, but he's not a metal drummer.
Stella.
Yeah, awesome.
Stella.
He's one of my favorites.
Who?
Gavin Harrison.
Oh, do you like Gavin?
Hell yeah.
How could you not?
Awesome.
I didn't know. Oh, Morgan Rose is a great drummer too. Yeah, Randy Price.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan is a fantastic drummer. And Seven Dust may be the most underrated band of their era.
Well.
Yeah.
Like
of that. You got to remember they came out in 97. I mean, think about that band being around almost 30 years. And they signed a bad record deal with TVT. Their records weren't on the shelf. And by the time their fourth or fifth record came out, their moment had passed. It sucks because they're still making great music and they're still a great live band and they're the nicest guys on the face of the earth. But for whatever reason, they can't write a hit.
Well, Animosity, that's my favorite record from them.
Shine is a fucking phenomenal record.
I just feel like they're one of those bands that except for Animosity, even that has a couple songs towards the end of the record that are kind of always a skip for me.
Always.
I just feel like every one of their other albums, like, yeah, there's a couple good songs, but there's no like full album of like, hell yeah, put that on and just leave.
Oh, the first two.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, the first two are great records, and then when you get into Animosity and stuff, they start to become. I think that's really an example of fatigue. I think they've done their best work, and no matter what they do, they just couldn't get a hit. I mean, if they couldn't get a hit with Angel's Son, which was a ballad, and a fantastic ballad, but if they couldn't get a hit with that song, they'll never have a hit. It's just not going to happen. And that's okay, I guess. They're going to be, they're hardworking guys. They're the nicest guys. I love their music and I own everything there is. So as long as they keep putting out records, I'll keep buying them. But I think they're massively underrated. I think Lejean is a fantastic vocalist. He's a great, he's a lot like what we were saying with Phil on those first Pantera records. He can sing and he can belt it out.
Somewhere I have a 7 Dust pass, but I can't find it. Pass. Always a pass.
Always a pass.
Oh.
Pass. Always a pass.
Did you
give
open
it
your
pass?
package?
Did I have one?
open
Yeah,
it?
I was gonna open it, but we moved on, so I'll open it whenever.
Open it now.
Well, give me a sec. Go ahead, Johnny. Open yours, if you want.
Okay. Let me just make sure. I just shared this out on what do you call it? Instagram. Make sure the link works. There we are. Yeah. 113 watching currently. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Make sure to drop some thumbs. Is that the term? Smash that thumb on YouTube.
There you go.
Smash it.
All right. I just got this in the mail today from Buffalo Music Store.
Mm.
Is that in Buffalo?
West Falls, New York.
Run by Buffaloes.
Oh, yes.
West
It's
Falls,
great.
New York.
I don't know if you've ever seen a buffalo try to seal an envelope. It's really kind of fun.
Well, I'm sure they got plenty of saliva.
Oh,
Let's see.
I like Saliva too. First couple of records I thought were very good.
Wow.
Plus, I knew Josie when he was just a bouncer at Platinum Plus
Wait a
in
minute.
Memphis.
Somebody was just telling me that was it Saliva? They know one of the guys in that band. They want to get him for us.
Oh,
Might
who?
have
Wayne?
Saliva.
Is it Wayne?
Saliva.
Is it well? But is it Wayne that they want to get? Because Wayne is the guy that pretty much runs all the business now. Wayne Swinney.
I don't
Saliva was a pretty good band. Their first couple of records were pretty good. Josie knows how to write a song. Fuck, he wrote that song for Nickelback.
Wow. Well, here we go. Guitar pick. I got a guitar pick right here. From man, I can't open this.
Saliva still makes records, Josh, just in case you're wondering. They still make records, but their lineup has split. Josie is no longer in the band, and thus they no longer write hits. Josie found God and decided it was time for him to no longer be in the band that does click, click, boom.
Clear, clear.
I celebrated Guitar Pick Day on September 29th. Buffalo
Guitar
Music
Pick
Store.
Day. Wow.
I missed it.
Guitar
Yeah, I
Day.
missed it. I had a memo on my iPhone and it didn't go off. Son of a bitch.
Damn.
Welcome back, live concerts. We
Oh.
still love and miss Eddie Van Halen. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Very cool. Thank you for sending this to me. Buffalo Music Store. Shout out. Buffalo Music Store in West Falls, New York. I followed you guys on Instagram. Awesome. And who's this? We got somebody here. Somebody's in here, ready to jump in, ready for John Beale's unboxing. It is
Hey
Van
now.
Halen.
Let me guess. It must be that guy.
Good evening.
Caleb.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh,
Good
my
evening.
seven dust bin. There we go.
Seven Dust.
Good evening.
Not to be confused with anything else.
8 Dust.
I was
Eight
gonna say
Dust.
that.
Or
yeah, they
6
lost-
Dust.
Yeah, they lost me at 6 Dust.
I like A Dust much better.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Is that what was in that package, John?
No. No, want me to open my package?
Yeah, why not? Unzip, rip it out.
After 2.5, 3 weeks of waiting, I finally
Wait, no, he was under the
I think
stairs.
I know what this is. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. So that's something you ordered?
Yes. I got my
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute.
hey now.
Gizmo
Wait a minute.
TV.
fine.
Never heard of them.
Me neither.
They're very underground, but
John, is that printed, or do you think they actually signed it?
let's do some analysis on it.
Do me
I
a
don't know.
favor and turn it around and show me the UPC code.
Oh.
Oh, you mother.
Which one is Jay's?
The one under the gizmachi.
The
Taco.
top, yeah, right there.
The one that says J.
Now I see it.
The one that's printed.
Yep. We
'Cause
got
you can get a stamp today.
Mike B, Hatcher.
So, I am excited to listen to this.
Have you heard it all? Have you heard
yeah,
anything?
I've heard a few of the tracks, definitely.
Okay.
It's quality
I think
stuff.
I would love to be a fly on the wall while John Biel sits through the Gizmachi record.
That's the worst.
You watch them doze off.
Wow. Wow. Can they use that as a quote for their press kit? I've sat through worse, John Biel.
I've hosted a show.
I'm saying it's good stuff. I mean,
That's not what you're saying. You might think that's what you're saying.
Quality
there's
stuff.
really worse stuff, and then there's like this is up there
There's-
with good stuff. With really
Yes, there you go.
good.
That's right.
I enjoy the music of Gizmachi. So
So speaking of quotes, it just reminded me of something. En Gizmachi. Speaking of quotes, En Gizmachi, when Jimmy, who obviously is the drummer for Gizmachi, He was endorsed with Vic Firth back then, and they wanted a quote from him to put either in the catalog or on the website or whatever it was. So he wrote back, if they're good enough, if Vic Firth are good enough for Dave Weckl, they're too good for me. And they didn't print it.
Was Dave Weckl an endorsee of Vic Firth?
Yeah, and he's
okay. Yeah, he just
absolutely he's phenomenal. So of course Jimmy can never do anything seriously. He's got to make a joke about everything. So if they're good enough for Dave Weckl, they're too good for me.
Omega
Collide.
Yes, if it'll focus.
So did I miss all the Dave talk?
Caleb, let me get 2 seconds on here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Come on, show the CD again. Open it up.
I'm wondering who produced it though. It's
who
Sorry,
the F produced it.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see the inside of that.
That's what he said.
Come on, focus.
Giggity.
I got too many lights here. Hold on.
I love that. Engineered and produced by Jay Hannon. A Jay Hannon production. It's Jay Hannon. Jay Hannon is the Tyler Perry of Gizmochi. Jay Hannon's Gizmochi. Omega Collide. Omega Collide. Yeah, Omega Collide, based upon Jay Hannon's treatment of a Jay Hannon project.
Hey, you want to do an eye test? Read some of that stuff.
I know, right?
Holy shit.
Wow.
I fought tooth and nail, man, to get that bigger. No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry, John Biel. You know what you have to do now.
What do you want me to do?
Return it.
Yeah, I guess.
Nerd up
Read
and
it.
see if you can read that. Well, it is kind of blurry.
Focus it.
Yeah, I'm surprised Jay didn't send that back to the printer.
I wanted to. Well, it didn't. It doesn't have the
UPC
barcode.
code.
It almost did
Yeah.
go back.
Wow.
All right.
Well,
anyway.
So you'll never know how many you've sound scanned because there is no sound.
No,
scan.
we ended up getting the barcode. So now when we sell them, they go in the system. We just have to type it in.
So would this be considered a first printing? If you
Yeah.
have ones coming out with the bar, I get the first printing. Nice.
Well, first and only. I mean,
Fully autographed.
We're not going to sell more than 500 of them. So
Oh, come on. Give yourself some credit.
No, he said they got a barcode, but it's not on
not
the
on
CD itself.
yeah.
Oh,
So
you just scan the barcode aside from the
anytime they
ones
make
that
a sale, they type it in that they've sold.
Yeah, well,
something.
no, because it's through Bandcamp. It's through Bandcamp. So it asks you for the UPC code.
This one time at Bandcamp, I bought a
register
Gizmochi
CD.
CD.
And then everyone that gets sold, it gets registered that way. So
I spent
Well,
the
there-
summer at Bandcamp.
Corey Glover from Living Color put out a solo record in the 90s called Hymns, and he had the barcode tattooed on his arm. So he used to joke that he would go into stores and just grab the scanner and hit his arm.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Jay, and the Gizmochi folks.
well, you paid for it, so thank you.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. But thanks for new music from Gizmochi.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
And no, we haven't
Yeah.
talked about David Lee Roth yet.
No, we've been waiting.
We were waiting
We've
for
been
you, Caleb.
Oh, awesome. I feel special.
Yeah.
You are special. We've even got a special bus for you.
You may have to bump up your.
Oh.
What?
I don't think your
Mike.
mic's on.
My mic?
What?
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
A little better. Yeah, a little better.
It helps when you
Oh,
put it
closer.
up to
Hey,
your
would you
mouth.
put it closer to your mouth, please?
Oh,
That's
can
what
we put
she
it
said?
closer?
Oh,
Is that what I'm supposed to
Yeah, I'll put it closer.
Oh.
Behind
Can you do
head.
that again, but a little slower for me, Caleb?
Wow.
Anyway. Who wants to go first? Because
well, we went last night.
Yeah, me and Johnny, we went 2 hours and 13 minutes talking.
that's
about
right.
it. So one of you three guys go.
I'll let Caleb go. Go for it.
There's a
man.
poll
What's-
actually in the
what's,
chat.
Well, where's the poll?
Well, I
at?
mean,
Is it- oh wow, 104 votes.
You know, I'm always the guy that's bashing people and stuff. But
Yeah, see, it wasn't me.
I'm a little suspect about the timing of this announcement
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
it's a very important week
Mm-hmm.
as far as a big anniversary of something very big in Van Halen world.
Mm-hmm.
And to kind of grab
Hi-
the headlines.
hijack it?
is something very Dave about it. But wow, really now? So that was my first like thought was, why is he doing this week? Like, couldn't he have waited?
I'll answer. Because nobody will book David Lee Roth. So
well,
he's got these shows were already booked, and I bet the idea of doing something outside of the Vegas residency for those 6 dates was floated to some promoters around the country, and they were like, no thanks. And Dave doesn't want to go back to playing clubs on a Tuesday night.
Right, but he could have waited till his birthday.
Oh,
right?
I agree.
On his birthday.
Yeah.
You know, to announce that this is it. And, you know, like people are talking about Dave, you know, 50 years and, you know, greatest front man and all this stuff. And it's like, this is an important week coming up, you know, for something else.
Not to Dave.
And,
well,
remember, he is the face of Van Halen moving forward.
He said that he spoke to Al yesterday. So obviously he knew
he talks about Al like he's his best friend. And
he's making it seem like they're like buddy.
Yeah, that would mean that Dave has friends, but I don't believe that. I don't know. And there's like rumors going around that Alex is going to play this gig, and Alex Van Halen's going to come out and play some Vegas club shows with Roth that are supposedly his last.
What's the truth behind that? I've been reading just the rumors. What's the truth behind that?
Well, there's no truth yet. We don't know.
Yeah, until you hear
I can't see it, but
until you hear it from Alex Van Halen, I would say it's not true. And or you haven't heard it from. I mean, did Dave say it, or has somebody reported it?
People have picked up on that and are reporting it, aren't they? Even though that's not.
I saw it. Yahoo Yahoo basically did a reprinting of what was on Van Halen News Desk, but also peppered in there was Dave said that Roth says that Alex will join him. But that was only in the Yahoo.
This also might be somebody conflating the statement that he made a couple of months ago, which was Alex and he have made plans to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Van Halen. So there are things in the works. Remember, he said that a couple of weeks ago, maybe even months ago now. I mean, the time goes by so quickly. So I'm wondering if people are just putting A and B together and trying to create hype.
Saw that video.
I don't know. I mean, it's all sold out, right? Is that the deal? And now it's just in the broker's hands, because I see the cheapest tickets now are like $700.
But those are package deals. Those are like you get a VIP dinner and you get all this nonsense that comes with it. Yeah, you get like 2 tickets to the show. You get dinner. You get VIP access to some restaurant there. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. I think the more important thing is Roth's veiled reference to his health problems.
Yes. And there was speculation about that. We had that after the CBS morning show stuff, where it looked like he was in an interesting shape condition. But Keith Campbell says maybe these are going to be the tribute shows. No, Keith, these are David Lee Roth shows, and I don't think he's going to change the theme of that to be an Eddie Van Halen tribute. It sounds like he's tributing himself with these shows. So I don't believe that those are going to be the tribute shows. No. Personally, but I don't know. I don't know what, we're talking about the most secretive, entity in the history of the world. And
we talked about that, Renus Pinkel, about how things like drawing and painting and things that involve motor skills are often prescribed as therapies for those with neurological disorders, and it would make sense that Dave could have that. If you notice, he has had the shakes. His movements are more tremors now than they are him shaking his head trying to be cool.
Yeah, he moves like he's guarding that Parkinson's, like something that Michael J. Fox would do to avoid the tremors.
And there's been speculation about his health for decades now. And he does look awful gaunt. He looks very similar to other people who have been very sick in their life. That drawn skeletal neck, jawline, all those things. He does look very gaunt and very unhealthy. At the VMAs, the things that you saw at the VMAs, he did not look like the picture of health that we're used to seeing of David Lee Roth. He looks like he's wasting away.
Yeah.
He gaunt. Yeah, he does definitely.
Just his appearance there is maybe a red flag. Like, hello,
I must be going.
I must be going. Yeah. So, and
hang on, I gotta let the dog out.
We're talking these guys in this band. Few human beings on Earth partied harder than these guys in this band, and that's just the truth. So time isn't kind to people like this, and with the exception of Michael Anthony, and Michael Anthony, obviously was the guy who went home to his wife every night, and definitely was a drinker, but I think it was more of an act. But we know what the other guys in the band were doing to themselves for years and years, and I'm not surprised if Roth is in a condition that is serious at this point, just because of the time factor. And people who live like that, they don't get full rides. That's just a fact. And the man's going to be 70 soon, so
he doesn't look too bad there. The picture that what was on the news desk or the picture that was, I mean, he looks like a pushing 70-year-old guy there. To me, he's skinny, and he's always been a kind of a small guy. I mean, except in the 80s when he was, in his prime. But
I don't know. It's all sad because I mean, it just shows you how old we are now. And when I think about how old these guys are, that means I'm old because I'm not that far behind them. And that's just the way time's moving. So I hope he gets to enjoy what he's doing. And will it be a fun event to be at? I don't know. Has it been hard to watch some of his performances in recent years? I'm going to go out on a limb and say it has been for me.
He's probably going to have a lot to say at those 5 shows. He's always vocal about
he'll be rambling. It'll probably be a lot of reminiscing and whatnot, definitely. Especially if Alex shows up. So then there'll be a lot of stories. But
and that also might be a reason why Al could potentially be part of this. I mean, I still don't know. I mean, nobody really knows the truth. But if Dave's health is failing, then that could be another reason why Al wants to join him on stage one last time, or however it might go down.
Well, there are all kinds of stories about how the Van Halen brothers, and Dave Lee Roth did not get along. But I do remember a moment when I was at the 2008 May 23rd Madison Square Garden show, and I had side stage seats on Wolfie's side, and they were like deep upstage, and I could see the back of the ramp, and behind the ramp is where Dave's changing area was. So I would see him walk up behind the ramp and then go into an area, and he had his little Asian assistant that would help him. And I remember during Edward's solo, he was back there smoking a cigarette with Alex, and they were talking and gabbing while Eddie's soloing on stage. And I remember they hugged, and I thought that was something I didn't expect to see. And this is 2008, so I don't know if it went sour from there or what. But at that moment, you could tell that there was a lot being enjoyed at that time, when obviously Edward had come back from rehab to restart the tour in the late spring, when they finished out those dates that they postponed, and actually sounded really good because Edward was tight. He was in great shape.
Yeah, 2008 was a great tour.
Well, the end was. He got really bad early.
After that.
I mean, for most of that tour, 07 was hit and miss. I saw 5 shows on that tour, and you know,
after rehab,
the 2 I saw that were after rehab were fantastic. So I don't know what to expect. You know, part of me, you know, as far as respecting his brother, I just can't see Alex coming out to do this thing.
Yeah.
And you know, sit in with the band, you know, with Al Estrada on guitar, not take anything away from Al Estrada. But is that going to be the last guitar player that Alex Van Halen plays Van Halen music with? I think Alex would choose to make that with his brother, and not with Al Estrada. I'm not disrespecting any. I think that would be anybody, but his brother. So that is my take on the rumors that Alex Van Halen is going to show up and play these or parts of these shows with Dave as like a goodbye to the band. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I think their goodbye was at the Hollywood Bowl exactly 6 years ago tonight and Monday night.
Oh wow, anniversary.
So,
yeah.
Yes. So there you go. That's my 2 cents. We all know. Hey, I'm hard on Dave, mostly in the last year and a half or so, because we knew Edward was sick, and Dave came out and said, "Hey, I'm Van Halen now."
Yeah.
I thought that was wrong. I thought that was bad form, bad taste, insensitive. To try and, you know, take the brand for himself, I thought was very it was like a really moment for me, you know. So here we are again, taking the moment. So that's all I have to say.
This is playing devil's advocate here, but do you think he was saying stuff like that because maybe from what Sammy at the time was going on about in the, you know, maybe as almost like I don't know, something in response to Sammy? Like, people think that, you know, Sammy always talks about he and Mike are the other half and all this stuff. And, you know, I just wonder if maybe that, I'm not saying it was, I'm just playing devil's advocate, like I said. You know,
well, I think it's interesting that he's talking about Alex, and, you know, I'm sure if he asked Mike to be there, he would.
Yeah.
You know, quicker than Alex would.
When was the last time Mike and Dave were ever seen together or talked together? Or, you know,
the last thing I heard whatever happened was when Michael's grandchild passed away, you know, in its infancy.
Yeah.
Or, you know, after birth. Michael said that there was an anonymous donation, and he was positive it was from David Lee Roth. So,
well, and then something else, I thought
to the
Michael
foundation.
Anthony either reached out and something with maybe Dave's manager responded and said, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So I think turned out it was Dave.
Man, how could he, you know, forget about Mike? I mean, I don't know. How could he just, you know, I hate to use the term, but diss Mike, you know what I mean?
Well, Mike's with Sammy, man.
Well, he did it, you know, on the Rogan show, when he was on that, which he, you know, was there for 3 hours and said Ed's name once and said Alex's name 38 times. And Mike's like 15 times. Not that I was counting. I just thought it was really weird that he couldn't even say, you know, something about his departed partner, you know, like his partner in his success. And I guess he wasn't ready to talk about, I don't know, but you know, people want to know how you feel about the person that was most important to your success passing away. And he just, my theory on that is there's no punchline.
He doesn't know how to react in that kind of situation.
Dave needs punchlines. Dave, if you watch Dave speak, it's always bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ha 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 bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba ha ha ha. That's all there is.
Maybe he didn't want to give Rogan the key to the door to open up. All of a sudden, to ask all these questions about him. Maybe that was part of the reason. I'm not even going to give Joe a chance to ask about Eddie, and to delve into this thing.
But Caleb's on to something very important, which is everyone in show business is craving acceptance and embracing by complete and total strangers because it doesn't require intimacy. And David Lee Roth has never been intimate. He's always been transactional and superficial, and he's wearing a mask. We all know that David Lee Roth is smarter than he has ever portrayed himself to be. And because of that, he's also very vulnerable because he doesn't want to be seen for who he is.
Nobody knows the real David Lee Roth.
Well,
anybody knows the real David Lee Roth.
And maybe even Dave doesn't know the real David Lee Roth. I mean, Dave may be self-loathing. Dave may have been in denial. Dave may be hiding a very, very ugly secret from his childhood and or adulthood and or private life. Whatever it is, David Lee Roth does not want you to see through the many levels of David Lee Roth. And that's a facade he's had to wear for 50 years. And it's a difficult thing to admit that you're full of shit. And Dave has been
Leo Savko's comment. He says Michael Anthony said once in an interview that Roth only let his guard down once at a wedding reception and showed his true self. Otherwise, he's always playing the Diamond Dave character.
I mean, you could see it a few times on the recent tours where he would, break the Diamond Dave character and yell at people in the audience or yell at people on the crew and stuff like that.
Spotlight asshole.
There you go.
I think that's part of his character.
No,
Yeah,
that's part
there
of
were times in the
Dave,
early, but it was always in humor in the early days, But then, spotlight asshole. I mean, or when he was getting pissed at some,
there's a term in show business for that. It's called a screamer.
Yeah,
and it's someone who just demoralizes human beings on a set or in production, and does it in front of everybody. It's like that famous tape of
I was just gonna say that
Christian Bale.
Tom Cruise too.
Yeah, just going off on somebody, and that's there are a lot of people in show business like that. Trust me, and they're called screamers because they just scream at people. And,
but that's deflecting. They're redirecting some sort of discomfort in their own world toward other people because it's so much easier to create a distraction from your own insecurity.
Well, actually, I think Dave is such a hands-on perfectionist, and writes all the shows, creates a whole vibe. Everything in that 2008, 2007, 2008 tour was scripted. Every hat he wore, the megaphone that he pulled out on somebody. I mean, it was all like a guy right there coming out for a moment, and everybody had a job to do. So when I can see somebody not hitting a spotlight on Eddie Van Halen during the Ice Cream Man solo, Dave Roth knows this because he wrote every beat of the show, and he's going to get on somebody, if not after the show, fucking during the show.
Yeah, because if they're not paying attention right now, are they going to be paying attention in a couple of minutes when the next time they have to do something?
Yeah.
Well, there's two, and I'm sure that the famous brown M&Ms thing was a thank you, Wayno. I had my moment. And now I'm paying for it by myself in my 50s. Like David Lee Roth. I wanted to be Dave when I grew up, and I guess I am.
Oh man.
there are two different types of guys like that. There are the guys like Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley who are a partnership, and not unlike Tommy and Dick Smothers, the one that you thought was the brains behind the business is just the mouthpiece that's getting all the attention over here, while the true brains behind the business, Paul Stanley, is doing the business, you know? And then there are guys like Mick Jagger and David Lee Roth and Elton John who seem very aloof, and Paul McCartney, who seem very aloof and seem like they're very nice and approachable, and they're just easing their way through the game, and it just looks effortless to them, when in fact they are busting their asses and they work 24/7. Ryan Seacrest is one of those guys where they get up in the morning and the first thing they think about is work, and the last thing they do at night is work. And because if they stop thinking about the work that they have in front of them, or the task-oriented things that they haven't put in front of them, they have to sit down and look inside and realize that they're an unhappy human being deep inside. Mick Jagger is one of those. I believe David Lee Roth is one of those too. I think he's a fantastic entertainer, but I think it defines him personally, because without this, he has nothing. What is interesting about David Lee Roth outside of him being the coolest frontman ever? Yeah. There's nothing interesting about David Lee Roth, the human being. It's David Lee Roth, the cartoon character.
Well, it's kind of like why he tried to do, he was the paramedic for a few years. You know, it's like why he just wanted something completely different and went in a completely unexpected direction with, you know. I mean, who knows? Like you said, I mean, yeah, he's got demons in his. Hi, Lemmy. And he's probably we'll never see the real David Lee Roth. I mean, and I think that's the thing. And I think that but you know what? Fret Level Midnight, Dave is an insane storyteller, and he's a fantastic lyricist, and he can turn a phrase. He and Steven Tyler may be the two greatest rock lyricists of all time when it comes to double entendre.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that said,
Dave doesn't get the credit.
Oh, as a lyricist? Oh my God, he's so good. So good.
He writes a style that, first of all, might have been the only style that would have worked with Van Halen, you know, in its creation. And you know, through the first 6 records, we all know what happened to the lyrical style after he left.
Right.
And that it was, you know, what it was, and different. And you know, there's a big difference between a singer and a lyricist. And
yes,
Dave is, you know, his stuff will go down in history as, you know, people are still trying to crack the code of that shit. So go ahead. Sorry.
No. He's right. You're absolutely right. And yes, Dave can tell a story. Storytelling is a very important thing. A troubadour, a poet, a storyteller, those are all fantastic, but they're all a front. You know, he colors these things and he makes them sound way more interesting. But Dave, what about you? Well, I used to try jogging, but the ice cubes used to fall out of the cup. Dave, what about you?
He stole that from Dean Martin.
Have you ever seen him have a conversation?
No.
That's what I mean.
He's 100% Dave. I've had him on the show. He's Dave all the time.
Listen to some of the early
interviews.
It's
all canned.
He was
all
much
been said before, and it's just on repeat.
Some of the early, you know, the 78 or even before, some of those interviews, I'm
gonna get some water.
He was much more human back then. He was much more relatable back then. In the earliest days, and then right after 78, right after from a lot of the stuff I've been watching, right after like the international tour with Black Sabbath, when they did their first TV appearances in Japan and stuff like that, that's when his ego took off. You know,
did we dissect this photograph yet?
No.
Well, the thing that I was noticing is he's not pointing at you. At first, for the first 10 times I looked at it, it looked like he was pointing at you, but his fingers, that has nothing to do with it. But it looks like he's pointing at you, but he's not.
He's saying spotlight, asshole.
Yeah.
He's drawn. The muscle tone that we're used to seeing in David Lee Roth's arms is gone. That neck is very, very thin. The jawline is extremely pronounced. He looks ill in that picture. He looks ill. He looks emaciated, and he looks ill. And the vest is too big for him. Since when does David Lee Roth not wear something clingy and tight fitting and perfect form fitting for his body? He looks like he's ill. I mean, I'm not going to speculate what it is, but he's definitely not doing well.
I'd say he looks his age there. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I don't know, but mid to late 60s. I don't know.
JR, I will challenge you on that because I think you would be hard pressed to find a bigger fan of David Lee Roth in this show than me. I know pretty much all there is to know about David Lee Roth, and I've also sat and spoken with the man several times over the past 30 years. So he is a very interesting human being in his pursuit of extracurricular activities, and the fact that he speaks multiple languages and that he's super intelligent and that he's got several black belts in martial arts, and that yes, he rappels around the Amazon. I know all of the shit about David Lee Roth. None of that is personal. All of that is superficial coloring. He's like an episode of Chips. What do they do this week? Oh, they hang glide. And then the next week they skateboard. And then the next week they're jet skiing. But none of that has anything to do with Dave the person. Dave the person has been hidden behind wall after wall after layer for 50 years. Nobody knows David Lee Roth. Even the guys in the band don't know him. He lets his guard down every once in a while. I'm sure that when he sat down with Eddie and Alex, and to a lesser degree Wolfgang, but Eddie and Alex, he was very apologetic and probably desperate and said, look, guys, I need this as much as you do. We know what this is all about. So, I'm not going to cut it out. I know David Lee Roth pretty well from a professional standpoint, and I've seen David Lee Roth for 50 years put out all of these amazing skills, and they're great. And on the surface, David Lee Roth is a fucking magnificent human being. But underneath, there's some shit going on that none of us will ever hear. And maybe he should write a diary, and a legit diary, instead of that book that he wrote, which was entertaining as fuck, but didn't really, it got into a little bit about his childhood and a little bit about some of the things behind the scenes. But David Lee Roth has been hiding forever.
Well said.
Yeah. Well, it'll suck.
I mean, if anybody wants to refute what I just said, by all means, step in and have at it. But that's my experience and my opinion.
Few people know the real Dave, and I think even to him and his family, the real Dave hasn't been around since the late 70s. He's putting up that guard,
I know somebody. I actually know somebody that's related to him, and we just happen to live in the same area. That's why we know each other. She's a musician, and she even said she tried getting a hold of him when they were in town on which tour was that? 2012, and she couldn't even get a hold of him.
Well, supposedly he has somebody with a phone. He doesn't have a phone. Is what the last story I heard. So, has there ever been any rumor of him having any children? I mean, I know there is no.
There's a porn star that claims she's his daughter. I'm not kidding.
It's entirely possible because I mean,
and she looks just like him too.
Yeah, she claims she's his daughter.
But then
something Roth. Something Roth. Yeah, that's her name.
A.V. Lee Roth.
Is it Roth too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
It's also possible that she just went with that
she
personality.
just like Tara Patrick.
Let me see.
Really, Caleb, turn it down.
I'm sorry.
It's his first show. What's her name? Ave? Yeah, it's Avie.
Wow.
You didn't know that, Caleb?
That he has a possible daughter?
That she claims that she.
I haven't heard that.
I mean, he's got to have some illegitimate children out there.
This may shock JR, but I've done the research.
Really? She was born in 79. So that goes along with some sort of timeline.
Who was her
first tour action?
Mother.
Wasn't she on Stern or something where she actually told the whole story about
I mean, sure, it's possible. I mean,
he's out there screaming, "I'm the one." So maybe it's true.
And look, somebody brought it up. I think it was Bo Zeke that brought it up. Is David Lee Roth gay? Maybe. So, maybe. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean, he was banging Apollonia for a while on the down low. He went
to the MTV Awards with Sonia Braga.
He was associated with Wendy O. Williams, so she might have pegged him.
Right.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, there's not a lot. There's not a lot in that category as far as information. And
he's kept his private life fairly fucking private, which again, I mean, and I, by the way, I would not be, it wouldn't put it past me. He could be, I mean, look, who knew fucking Bruce Jenner was a woman? I mean, sometimes people overcompensate. And maybe David Lee Roth, the ultimate ladies man, was in fact a ladies man.
This retirement it's all leading up to his coming out, I think.
Maybe he pulls a Freddie.
He's going to be,
look, Freddie, it's funny. When we found out that, is
that her?
Yeah, that's her.
That Rob Halford was gay, we all went back and looked at the lyrics of songs and realized they weren't really gender specific.
Right.
Go David Lee Roth.
And go back and listen to some of the David Lee Roth stuff. And a lot of it, is
did she
love.
Catch any ropes? Did she catch any ropes, Jay?
No, but maybe later on.
Okay.
You know what, Jay? If you can, do me a favor, do the research and have a report on the desk in the morning.
I mean, I can have a report for you guys in about 5 minutes.
But you'll be looking at her. You'll be looking at her and you'll be thinking about David Lee Roth.
Best of both worlds.
I think Toady Fields would say you can't hide the hook. That was when she outed Gene Simmons as being Jewish. And
I wonder if right before she gets her face painted, she's like, "Ah,
coming with the devil."
Oh my God!
What?
It's the Tuesday show.
Yes,
pretty woman, take it in the face, pretty woman.
Wait, whose concept was the Pretty Woman video?
Oh.
Roth.
Who was David Lee Roth chasing in that video, singing about?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh my God, the layers, they're unraveling.
Wow. Revelations on Straturday night.
Who gives a shit?
Top Jimmy Cooks.
Top Jimmy Swing. He went and saw
Top Jimmy Swings.
Top Jimmy Swings.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was like he swings, man. He's a.
I'm not hating the Tuesday show. I love the Tuesday show. I just can't can't have my mom or my kid watch it. That's
nope,
all.
You cannot. I try to keep the thing down, but I just can't. And you can tell too when it gets out of control. I just kind of go.
Yeah, you and John.
There's a lot of face palming going on.
I try. Look, I'm all for risque humor, but Jesus, man. And no, Fret Level Midnight. He hasn't claimed it publicly, and it's nobody's fucking business.
No,
if he is, he is, and more power to him. But if you wanted to dig deep enough, and if you gave a shit enough, there's certainly an argument to be made. I don't care, and I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry we brought it up because it will be something that's going to be discussed. Especially looking at his appearance, he does have a very similar, and I apologize for bringing it up, but he does have a very similar physical appearance to Freddie Mercury before Freddie said he was sick. And anybody wants to go back and look at those pictures of Freddie and then look at the pictures of Dave at the MTV Music Awards.
Wasn't that the video?
Yeah.
No, these are the days of our lives. Is the video.
I mean, and if he is sick, and look, there was that misprint or the misquote from Slash's book where he said nobody in the rock community gave a shit about AIDS until David Lee Roth got it. And it was interpreted as him outing Dave for being HIV positive, but Slash's explanation was nobody will care. Like if David Lee Roth doesn't have it, then it's not going to be an issue in
when
our
was
community.
This? No.
It was a while back. Yeah, go ahead and Google Slash says David Lee Roth / David Lee Roth HIV. It'll come up.
Wow.
It'll come up.
Look out.
That Slash allegedly outed David Lee Roth for being HIV positive a while back. Again, I've done the research, JR. Go ahead. You can Google it right now. I'm sure John BL and Johnny are Googling it.
I'm Googling it.
Yeah.
I'm just showing Wayno's quote.
Dude, Google just crashed.
Caleb, you've heard that, right?
I've never heard the HIV thing, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we're talking about a guy who supposedly, had several intimate encounters a night on these tours for years and years.
Yep.
And
2008 is when he said that.
You can't tell me he was jimmying up every time. You just can't tell me that was the case. And that was what years are those? Come on, those are
right
79, 80, 81.
Look, yeah,
82.
I mean,
these are years that epidemic was very strong.
Just happening. Look, Caleb and I are the last generation of guys that the worst thing we had to worry about for an STD was herpes. By the time we got going into it, AIDS had become common knowledge in the early 80s, and we were like, oh shit, and had to be more careful. So it happened right around the time we were in high school, and that was, we were lucky. We were lucky that all you could end up with was herpes or the drips or whatever thing like that. HIV wasn't a real thing. David Lee Roth, on the other hand, he was any port in a storm at the time. And so if that happens, great.
Well,
yes.
So that quote, I didn't make that quote up. I didn't, that's a well-known
it's been
slash quote.
Verified.
It's verified.
Wait,
and
John BL, is it true?
I yield to Johnny with that because he said it was true. So
okay.
That's Paul and Johnny both saying that it happened.
But he just said John BL. So
you have to look it up. Now you have to look it up.
My two sources are Paul and Johnny. So
come on, man. Well, make your third source your computer. Come on.
We'll see.
I'm not doubting Paul. I just want to hear how it was said.
Didn't Johnny say something? It was 2008.
Here, I'll look it up. What's the slash quote? Read the quote, please, Johnny.
May 13th, 2008.
My dad's birthday.
I see some of it here. If Van Halen star David Lee Roth was diagnosed with the
Hi, baby. I know.
Here we go. I'll go to the Roth Army for this.
That
Keith
date
Campbell. Keith Campbell. John BL, do your job.
No, I dropped the ball on that one.
That date is my dad's 71st birthday. Wow.
Oh, look at that. Your dad's what 84 now?
Yeah.
Cool. Lemmy's got the ball, Keith Campbell. That's why she's yapping, because she's got the ball between her front paws and she's looking for attention.
How's she doing?
She's all right. She's getting her Adequan shots. I changed her over to a drug called Tylosin instead of metronidazole. All of this is really not important, but what it basically does is keep her from shitting gelatin.
Oh.
So you're welcome.
Yeah, that's good. Lovely. You could try and stay away from that gelatin stuff.
That might be the first time I've heard it said like that.
Yep.
Shitting gelatin.
Yep. It's nuts. And here's the thing: it's not so much.
Hold on, I can't wait to have diarrhea again, so I could go out and say, "Genie, I have to shit gelatin."
All right. I'm gonna announce this here, but I was gonna wait till Tuesday because it's that kind of a show. But I'm gonna announce this here. I'm on vacation this week from the show. Yesterday, I began my vacation. Thursday, I will go to the dentist and have my teeth worked on, and then Johnny, can I get a drum roll, please?
Breaking news.
Yep.
We have breaking news, by the way.
Friday,
leaving the show, Paul?
Friday, no, because that would take 28 more minutes. Okay. Friday at 2 p.m., this guy's getting a colonoscopy.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Here's the breaking news.
More important than Paul's colonoscopy.
Breaking news, Johnny.
Oh, is Wolfgang on stage with guns? Yeah.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Is this the last night of the tour?
I don't know.
Nice.
Anything to make that band sound better.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, Axl's fucking done. I love
City.
I love Guns N' Roses,
really cool.
But I think everybody that's going to those shows is blinded by the fact that Slash and Duff are on stage because Axl sounds like shit. He does. His voice is blown.
Who's isn't?
Damn it, it's a blowout.
Maybe Wolf sing lead on Paradise City. That'd be really cool.
I don't know. Looks like they're just jamming, but
you take a verse there, Wolf. You take a verse there, Wolf.
Just a legend living under the.
You know where you are.
Oh, what? Well, he's the best. Wolfgang's the best singer on that stage.
Well, yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hi, Lemmy. Good girl.
Yeah, live cast the colonoscopy.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to post a picture of the medication on Thursday.
I just said medication.
The night before. The night before. I'm not doing the drink. Everybody's like, the drink is the worst thing ever. I've got to take 24 pills. You have to take 12 pills and then drink a shitload of water. Probably not the best turn of a phrase I could have used there.
They're just trying to match your beer intake.
Paul, key question.
They've seen the show. That's how many drinks it takes to get to flush the system.
Do you have a bidet?
I do have a bidet.
You're fine.
My ex-girlfriend gave me one of those bidet attachments for my toilet for a Christmas gift.
Oh God, they're great.
Yep. Did you have one? The little attachment?
Yes, life changing.
Yep.
Oh, it was great at the beginning of COVID with the shortage. It was awesome.
Yep.
The toilet paper shortage. It was awesome.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to Thursday and Friday. I mean, I had to do it on vacation because I didn't want to. Can you imagine me trying to do the show in the morning before the vacation?
Give me the headset mic on, man. Make everything.
I might just
put it a little closer.
I might take I have a small flat screen that I use for another computer here. I might take that and just bolt it to the wall across from the toilet and then switch it up wireless so that it takes my direct TV and just sit there and just.
Oh,
well, you know.
Just wait.
Thanks.
No, I'll get the fentanyl.
See, Lemmy will be following you around with a bag.
Yeah, she's
fentanyl.
That's going to be the tough part. Yeah, they do. They give you fentanyl. That's how they put you out. And I'm going to get some Michael Jackson Jesus juice.
Man, the worst part about extended diarrhea is when you don't have a bidet, you got to use that toilet paper.
Yep.
And after a while, it feels like battery acid's coming out. It burns so bad.
That's why Jay. This is a little tip, just for a second, just to see how it feels from an old guy. Recticare.
Oh. Recticam?
Recticare.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Recticare. What's that?
Recticare is
new sponsor.
It's like I don't know how we got here. What a bunch of assholes. It's like Preparation H, except it has lidocaine in it. And so you take that little pinch between the cheek and gums.
Anything with cane in it, right?
You use that in the bedroom, Paul?
Sometimes numb it up, It helps you extend it a little bit longer.
Wow.
My only concern is if I walk into the doctor's office and I say, "All right, doc, where do I put my pants?" and he says, "Over there next to mine." That'll be a problem. Thank you. I'll be here all week, but I'll be empty next Saturday.
When do you get Thursday? Did you say Thursday?
No, Thursday I go to the dentist. I'm taking care of both ends, not at the same time.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, don't want to screw up those appointments.
Man.
So
Wow.
Thursday
Wrong
I go to the dentist,
Wrong
and then Friday it's colonoscopy time.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You'll be hungry Saturday.
I'll be very hungry Saturday, so somebody treat stream me a
We
steak.
can do the treats. We can.
There you go.
That's Saturday. Let's do the show where we all eat. We eat something.
Yeah, I may order like just a shit ton, and that's the right phrase, a shit ton of Chinese food, and just eat it here while just clog my shit back up.
And then have one of those special cookies beforehand.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, mix that with the fentanyl. Oh,
It's gonna be so good.
Oh.
What? Let me. What? I know. She's all excited.
We're both gonna be shitting.
Just take a scoop of the Tylosin. Can you guys hear Caleb all right? Is that all right?
No.
What?
Little more volume, Caleb. A little more volume.
What'd you say? I can't
A
hear
little
you.
more feedback in the monitors, Johnny.
Is it really that loud?
Yes, it really is.
What's a good volume?
Off.
Better?
John BL, joke sniper.
That wasn't me. That was Johnny, I think.
That was me.
Oh, was it?
Can't take credit for that one.
Oh,
It was good. So good. Off light, asshole.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to no, I'm not looking forward to any of it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No.
I'm scared
Sounds like a
shitless
great
because
vacation.
I'm scared shitless because it's my first one. I'm late.
shitless.
Yeah, see, good pun.
When are you supposed to have your first?
Technically,
50.
technically they're saying now 45, but insurance companies won't pay for it. They don't want to pay for it until after 50. But the doctors are all saying 45 now.
I just had my physical last week, and I have to get a kit, like the
Cologuard, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I get
dildo making kit.
a kit, not like a, so they can
Yes,
check,
James Stewart. That's the head rush. Yes.
check out my deposits,
I don't want to see your.
something like that.
The mold.
Oh,
And they have the other one for the
I'm
girls.
happy to do the kit. I'm not going to be doing the whole procedure yet. So
Well, and here's the thing: they scare the shit out of you. What, Lemmy? I know. I hear you. They tell you that between 60 and 80% of men who go for their colonoscopy have polyps removed. Their polyps are extremely common. Whether or not they're cancerous is really what the issue is. So what they do is when they go in there, they figure, fuck it, we're in here. We're taking them anyway, and then they biopsy them. But it's not like they go in there and they see them and go, fuck it, let's just leave it there. You know what I mean? So once they're in there, they just go in there and they clean everything out. And they say everybody has polyps. Enjoy your pizza.
wow.
Oish.
Yeah,
Moving
so I'm
on.
not really looking.
Mine done.
Yep, see? I waited too long. I got divorced when I was 49, so I had other pressing issues, no pun intended, that I had to deal with.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
Not bad.
I'm trying to give up fast food.
it's not bad. No, it's bad. If the prep is supposed to be the best, but they knock you the fuck out. You go in there and they put you on fentanyl. They knock you out. It's like a 45-minute procedure. You wake up like an hour after that, and you don't even know what's happened apparently. But you're a little groggy after so you have to get a ride to and from
To and
the
fro.
doctor, to and fro, and I'm getting my friend Laura the lesbian to do it because her name is Laura and she's a lesbian.
Women in love.
Yeah. See, another women in love.
Wow.
Make up your mind.
Has anybody in the chat had this done before?
Of course they did.
We're still going on with this.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a normal thing, man.
I know
just,
that.
It's
I
just
know,
scary
I
as
didn't
fuck
know
to
that
talk
this-
about.
Well, do you want? Well, we're here for you, Paul. I guess.
Well, here's the thing. We can get back on David Lee. David Lee may have been penetrated rectally a few times.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Jesus Christ!
He's in his
That's great for
70s.
Joe.
He's in his 70s. He's
No, he's
probably
not.
had. He's all right. He's 68, but he's probably had a colonoscopy or two.
Well, yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, there you go. I brought it back around.
I'm sure.
There you go.
I'm sure
You're welcome.
For the insurance
You asked
company
for
to
it.
sign off on the 2015 tour, you probably had to get one done.
On the
I'm sure.
25th colonoscopy.
I'm sure it's in the rider.
Yeah.
I want to make sure when I get into my dressing room that there's some cottage cheese over there and a straw. and hungry hamsters.
Oh man!
All
God.
brown M&Ms.
Wow. Wow. Okay, thanks, folks. Been a great show.
All brown M&Ms. I like that one.
Yeah, all brown.
I think we talked about this a while.
They're all brown.
I think we talked about this a while ago. One of the first Straturday nights or Friday nights or whatever. The things that nurses and doctors have said they found inside.
people's asses.
Your
Yeah.
wife's a nurse, isn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a nurse who posted that meme on social media the other day. It says, just a note, nothing accidentally falls up your butt. Signed the ER.
I heard one about there was a light bulb, and I'm like, a light bulb?
Yeah, light bulb, yeah.
Because I guess you turn it on and then warm it up. So it's nice.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
shit.
Like somebody's branding your ass.
Which direction? do you
60
usually
watt?
do it?
What direction's the question, right? I guess it's
How
Not
many-
one of those. It's not one of those coil ones, is it?
Not an LED, right? It's got to be an old incandescent, right?
It's got to be the bulb side, right? Because you
How
only
many
need something to hold on to.
How many twinks does it takes to change a light bulb?
Fuck.
Huh? Is that in the chat?
Oh boy.
Speaking of great shows, I recently rewatched the
Hi, baby girl.
the 5150 stage show, and wow,
To John Biel.
Or we just abused John for a while.
Where was that?
I don't know if it was abuse. It was just we were amazed. I was amazed
Still trying to get you to watch the video I sent.
that you did that, and wow,
buddy.
what a great night that was.
Wow, I'm glad
Great
you enjoyed
Argument
it so
about
much.
the drum riser.
Yeah,
No, damn it, that was a real riser.
yeah.
It actually, yeah, rose like 1.5 feet out of the stage.
Yeah, Johnny, find that and put it in the chat.
So
for
Johnny's
people.
gonna play it at half speed in about
What
I
was
know,
the
that's
date of it?
4 minutes.
No, don't do this. Don't. This is like
it's gonna be the end of the show. We got about
This is like-
hour left.
this is like Peter Griffin and Surfing Bird. Don't do this.
Yeah,
Let me
It's
find
beyond
this.
my
Find the date.
control.
I won't do it, but
it's beyond
if-
my control.
we can put it in the chat so people can watch.
I could go get the
You're lying.
stage itself. I could go actually go
Yeah.
get the model.
Yeah, get it.
Take
get it.
us. Take us.
Have you, by the way, have you done anything to it since then?
No.
Oh,
I just made a really cool video about Van Halen 1. That's all.
damn it! I thought you were gonna actually there's gonna be progress.
Man.
You know, you're gonna make
No.
molds of,
In
like,
this
the
town, that's
hot-
still called
I'll
the
just
progress.
hot
show you a
chicks in the
picture.
crowd.
I'll
You know,
find a
have real
picture of it.
dolls made of them.
Wow. I'll just find a picture of it. I'm not going to go get it.
No, I think you do. I think you have to do Lego Van Halen people.
That's already out. Well, there is a Lego. Oh, well, I'll find them all because there is a Lego. I don't know.
No,
if it's
go
a
get
Van
the
Halen
stage.
This has to be a federal offense.
By the way,
Thrash
you
metal-
need to do this. By the way, John Biel, you need to build a spotlight, asshole.
Thrash
What's
metal
that
says
have?
Oh,
Yeah.
Slayer
I got
lit a
something.
fart on an airplane on live intrusion. That's got to be some kind of federal offense. Like you should get arrested when you land.
Pantera home video. Didn't they do that in the?
Yeah, I don't
Lighting
think
a
you're. I don't think you're allowed to do an open flame in a plane. Did
No.
yeah, I got this in the mail the other day.
you get that from Dane?
No,
Oh,
I got
got
this.
that
I got this
Direct.
from I got this from EVH.
oh.
Live and direct.
There you go.
Here. Yeah, it is a Van Halen stage. Lego. There's a Lego Van Halen stage.
Lego haircut. Who has a Lego haircut?
Spotlight asshole.
A Lego haircut. That's just like a top, right?
Yeah,
Where you put the hat on or the
looks
hair.
like you can
Oh,
snap it
Metallica.
off.
Looks
Is that you?
Metallica. No.
Oh, because I was gonna say we can see the rest of your.
Oh, that's
Lego
rad.
Metallica. Yeah. Look at this. A bunch of middle-aged men talking about toys. Rad.
Rad.
I like the Lego crowd.
No, they have backup.
Yeah.
It must be. No, let me see.
Fucking awesome.
No, that's not mine. That was did find that though. I don't know if I can find any pictures of the one that I did. Oh yeah, here we
Gotta
go.
be a
It's gotta be. It must have gone viral by now, right?
Yes. And the guitar against the monitor. Is
Oh yeah,
the
you
best.
gotta have keyboard, 4 kick drums.
Doesn't he? Hold on. Doesn't he have the guitar to his right a little more?
I thought it was
Oh,
like
it's the wrong
between him and
position?
Alex.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
shit.
that still
Go in
its
the other room
current
and move it.
state? Is that what it
Pretty-
still looks like?
Pretty much, yeah.
Go move the guitar real quick. Let's get it updated a little bit.
Wow.
Where's the snare?
Proper
Where are the
snare.
toms?
Well, yeah, I didn't finish any of it, so that's as far as it got.
Are those cookies on the table?
Oh, I wish I had cookies right now.
Oh,
It's on the table.
I haven't had dinner.
I think, Johnny, I think it was like mid-October 2019, I think,
Oh, Star Wars.
2 years ago.
You know what, John? I know we kind of
2019?
bust
Oh my
balls on
God.
that whole thing, but I give you credit for the passion to want to do something like that.
I think we all said that night because we spent a lot of time like joking and laughing, but the reality was like we're all kind of like it's but the reality was we're all like that was cool, good for you. You know,
Glad you liked it.
I mean, granted, it's a lot like Steve Carell in Dinner for Schmucks, but you know,
Yeah, it's all
I
right.
saw that movie.
That's all right. It was good.
Oh.
I saw that.
You saw that movie?
Yeah, I saw it on Netflix, like when I was folding laundry, like a few months ago.
that's about the proper attention it deserves.
There's all the specs for the.
Oh,
Wow.
I cried that night. I cried real tears of laughter.
Keeping the specs and
Fantastic.
spectrum.
Man, I'm
Fantastic.
really glad I made you happy.
Oh, come
It's
on,
great.
dude. Everybody longs to laugh like that. Those are the best laughs of
It
all
was
time.
great. It's great. That whole thing is fucking great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy crap, dude.
Wait, that's the screen grab.
Wait, that's the real
screenshot.
one.
Yeah,
it's
'cause
a
he's trying to
screenshot of
measure
the
the stage and get the dimensions.
Oh, you're doing math.
Dude, props to you, man. That's then you got to reenact different scenes with figures. You got to have where like Sammy's holding up the banner, it says the king, and he points to him a little bit. You
That's
got to
right.
reenact that part. Then all 4 or all 3 of them in front of the stage doing the.
We
know.
have Cobra Kai who does all the artwork for a lot of the show. We need like someone who can do like 3D modeling. You know,
He's
like,
already working on Paul on the toilet.
With a working, you push a button and just liquid comes out of his ass.
Oh,
God, gross.
God.
It's funny because the directions do say at this point you should be expelling clear liquid.
Oh my God.
It's a medical show, guys.
wow. It's become that.
You know what? It should be
106 watching on my.
spotlight : asshole.
111. I see.
That's gonna be my. It's gonna be like
Wow.
it's gonna be like an episode of Nova. Spotlight : asshole.
That's right.
Where's everybody from? Put it in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Put it in the chat.
John,
Tell
we never
us
read
where
off
you're
who's
from.
watching us. Actually,
Did we? Yeah, we never did roll call, did
we
we?
never did that.
It's 1:30. So.
Oh my God, it'll take
I don't
forever
know.
right now. I don't know if I can handle a roll call. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ellie.
Oh, she was afraid. I'm not afraid to go to sleep tonight, but she wants to be Chucky for Halloween, and she's pumped now. She's obsessed with Chucky. Hasn't even seen the movie.
I was going to say, isn't there a new series with Chucky, or is it a movie?
I don't know, but all of a sudden she's pumped. So then tonight she wants it. She's like, I want a Chucky doll. And I'm like, so I look on Amazon real quick. Of course, I'm showing her as we're scrolling. So next thing you know, the Chucky with the half bloody face, the knife.
Oh boy.
And Ellie was like, "Is Chucky bad?" I was like, "Ah, she's dead."
I'm sure you can get one up in Vegas with a John Gruden shirt on or something like that. They're marketing the shit out of it again. Yeah.
Man,
Is Chucky bad? I've never seen those movies.
Those movies are bad.
Cobra Kai, the crappy neck show was good too. Yes.
The crappy neck show was hilarious.
That guitar. I still haven't strung it up, but one of the Sunday nights I'll string that one up. The Kramer.
Tomorrow night?
No, it's too.
Tomorrow night?
I may sit in on
next week because isn't it Columbus Day? I have the following Monday off, so
I don't celebrate that.
Oh, but the important thing is I have the
that
Monday
guy was
off,
bad. You thought Chucky was
celebrate
bad.
anything.
Well, yeah, I know.
No, but
I still get
Johnny's
the day off. I still get
Johnny's
the day
pulling
off.
his I'm 132nd Native American card.
Johnny, there's the show.
Okay. Awesome.
We already saw the highlights, so it's all good.
Oh no, Caleb is just looking to put a little salt in the wound. I think as we end the show tonight.
It's going to be on Johnny Beane clips later.
You guys want to see? I mean,
It'll be on this now.
good.
Wait a minute.
I haven't watched that show. I lived
Ever
it.
again.
I didn't watch any more of that. I never rewatched that show. I don't rewatch any of the shows. I never watch.
Let's link it. Let's link it like right when we end tonight. If you guys want,
I'm sure
go into
Johnny should feed it. Should feed it at the end of the show.
Premiere it.
Just feed it. Just when the show ends tonight, just upload that as one of the windows, and everybody else sign out and just let it run.
Actually, nobody leave because what I can do is I can actually find me the timestamp exactly where we want it, and once we roll the credits,
I'll find
that'll
it.
be here. That'll be playing.
Of course you will.
We can do.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
I was thinking he's glad he's getting pissed.
Oh, I almost want to.
2019.
Like
Hey.
we should Mystery Science 3000 it right now.
We should table read it.
End the show, and we'll do that.
2019. Wow, I was using the old. I had the old logo then and everything.
That was
it
years
backwards.
This was a
ago.
long time ago.
That's back when the show was good.
Wasn't Steve Anderson on that show, or was he in that one?
I
Let
do,
me see.
Timothy Lay. I do have an amp in this room.
I'm about to see.
I think Steve.
But
Well,
we have I'm
there's me,
contractually
you-
obligated to let
Oh!
wait.
Ben Coombs, maybe. I don't know. They were all
No,
on
the
that.
guy that quit was on this.
Yeah,
one.
oh yeah, he's on there.
Yeah.
Is he on there this entire time?
Yeah, he is.
No, I don't think so. Does he?
Yeah.
Is he?
He's there for most of. Yeah,
He's there for most of it, and then he left.
it's okay.
Cobra Kai.
He
Cobra
left
Kai knows
at
what's
2.5
going on.
hours. Wait, no, he's sleeping.
Oh.
No, Timothy Lay. I won't plug in and play. That's Caleb's job.
Oh wow.
Oh, flagged.
No, that's us. It's fine.
Don't you get flagged for your own videos if you play them?
For my own stuff, no.
Rena Spinkle, the JCM 900 is good. It's an old school amp.
But for the record, the Al's riser did go up 1.5 feet.
Let's see. Oh yeah, in the chat, there's some names in here we don't see anymore.
Right?
Miss you all.
Yeah, timestamp exactly where you want me to start it. Oh wait, when he's out there on the table? Oh yeah,
He goes to the garage. I think.
he's at a table showing off.
He's talking about he's right here.
John Biel.
And we're talking about him like he's died or something.
Yeah.
I remember when John Biel was here. It was those
Well,
were
who
good times.
In the
Damn
chat,
good times.
in the
Okay,
chat.
here it is. It's at 126, 127.
Does anybody in the chat want to see this?
Somebody did the 84 stage, which was way better
Look
than
at
mine.
that. Wow.
He got a. That's
Is that
a pretty,
Lego?
That's a
No,
high
that
bar
was just-
set right there, John
It
Biel.
was far better than mine, but I did make the speakers.
Yeah, that's cool.
127.
Only one.
You got to get somebody buy people, but Johnny got guitars, I got a guitar. Somebody buy John Biel a 3D what are they called?
Yeah, 3D
Printer?
That'd be really
3D
cool.
printer.
I
You
want.
guys remember this? This wasn't. I don't know what movie this was, but I remember this was in a movie, and people were speculating that it was actually an original cabinet. but I think it's branded something else. I don't know.
Doesn't look like one.
No.
Jamil.
Vivo. Oh, it was a band. It was a music video. Who's this guy? Ugh.
Is that you?
I think there was a rumor that like that they borrowed some of Ed's gear for this. I don't remember what band it was, but
Oh, that's Jonas Brothers, right?
yeah, something like that. Yeah, maybe.
Then that might be his gear.
Come on.
Yeah. Although we don't talk about that.
No, we don't.
Wait, Paul's looking. I see you, Paul.
What?
Oh, I thought you were looking for that book on the shelf.
Oh no! I don't. I have that book on the shelf. I have 2 copies of it for whatever reason. No, I'm gonna go check on Lemmy so she doesn't piss in my kitchen. You're welcome.
Let's see. Wow, this is crazy. 19, 20, 21.
Yeah, go
It
back
is,
and
right?
watch
This
some
is
of the old
almost
shows.
exactly 2 years ago.
folks.
I know.
10/19.
That's
Oh,
my
wow.
mom's birthday.
1919 is when
That's
it
my
started.
mom's birthday.
All right,
Wow.
Freaking me out.
I'm gonna get a beer.
Ooh, he going to get a brewski.
Wow. Brewski.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Oh,
He's
hey, Jay.
going to take a shit.
Hey, Jay.
Oh, he put us next to each other. oh, now just the two of us. Hey, so did you see that? Oh my God, my eyes, man! Holy shoot! Oh, so that Alan Garber video that he uploaded a couple weeks ago about the different tunings that Eddie would use, and a lot of people think it was, whether they're speeding the tape up a little bit or whatever, or just tuning to, he picks up his guitar and just randomly tunes it. And okay, Mike tuned to me, but he goes through and he's talking about the Peterson strobe tuner that he said Eddie always had it. And there's certain tunings. What do they call them? There's a word for them. Some kind of name for a tuning that just works, for the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And I.
Well, have you heard the Dweezil stuff? The podcast?
Only clips with like Satch and Vi, but that was the only.
I've been listening to the whole thing, and
sweetened. There you go, sweetened tunings.
Yeah, they talk a lot about what he's doing, and it's all on purpose. There's no chance, and in fact, Vi in the first episode talks about, or second episode, I don't know, talks about how the first thing he ever noticed when he heard "Running with the Devil" was how perfectly in tune those chords were.
Yep.
And he'd never heard chords that in tune on a record, like, and he just like had to know how he was doing that, and and then they figured out that he was like flattening the B string by 10 cents and doing his little thing, depending on where he was playing the song, he would change the sense, mostly on the B string, because that is the string that changes the most up the neck, like at the 5th fret.
Yep.
You can get it perfect, but if you played a D shape, you got to change it to get that part perfect. So there's a lot of things that he would do and his ear would tell him to do that other guitar players just never even thought of. And those are the little things that you hear in his playing that made it a little more special, and obviously added to his tone in a way that stands the test of time, because I still hear "Running with the Devil" or just the verse and Jamie's crying. Those chords he's playing are so just, they still have it. It's amazing.
And think how frustrating was it when you back in the day or even now, everyone has their guitars tuned, to A440 or whatever, whether you're tuning half step down, drop D, whatever it is. And well, if the battery's right, whatever. But how frustrating was it when you like, okay, I want to learn this song, and you put it on, and your guitar is tuned to supposedly what they're tuned to, and it's not the same. And you think instantly, you're like, oh, my guitar's out of tune. Then you grab the tune, and you're like, whoa, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm the one is like it's almost like right in the middle of E flat and standard.
Right. Isn't there that guy who did all the tunings like recently? He matched them all up.
Alan Garber.
Oh no, there was the guy who wears the surgery outfit who does the videos on YouTube.
Yeah, but he talks about it.
Dr. Alan Garber?
No, what?
No.
Oh.
There's a guy who
the doctor or whatever, I forget his name.
He's the same guy who gridded Running with the Devil.
Yes. And did auto tune and all that stuff.
Yeah. And it just showed you how lifeless it became without what the Van Halen brothers were doing to it, especially Alex, what he was bringing to the meter of the song and the tempos and stuff, without a click, obviously. But
that guy made it seem like he was just tuning the guitar, he'd pick it up and tune it. And then I think Alan Garber actually responded to that and said that's not exactly what was going on.
I'm shocked that Alan Garber responded to something and said that's not how it goes. And I love you, Alan. I love you.
Yeah, because
what would be the best show on YouTube about Van Halen? Alan Garber and Donnie Ward. I'd love to see those two go back and forth on about what they think and what their opinion is of stuff. It would be the ultimate nerd showdown of this stuff. Yeah, we're talking about the two guys that show up in the most Facebook threads with no, that's not what happened, or that's not the one, or oh, you're absolutely right. But I mean, it is hilarious. And I thought, I used to be that guy and I just stopped. But these guys, they're relentless. They never stop.
They never consulted with me, so
that's good stuff. Yeah, Johnny, you got to get those two a show. You just got to do it.
And then they'll stab me in the back.
Then they'll stab you. Yes.
Oh.
No. If you give them a show on this channel,
yeah,
then you're good.
Thursdays at 8.
That's why. That's why when Brian wanted to do the metal show, I'm like, well, if I do it, it's going to be on Johnny's channel.
Yeah. By the way, great show Wednesday, man.
Well, thanks, dude. That was fun.
Missed that one.
Great viewership, by the way.
That's the one you missed, John BL?
That was the best show they've done.
That's the one you'd actually love. We had a legit producer on that night.
Wow! All right,
they had a legit guy on there.
Yep.
I'm gonna set a reminder to watch the Metal Wednesday show. Not Winger Metal.
Winger.
Winger.
Yeah, Gary Bucknoff says you can go down a deep rabbit hole if you start breaking down Eddie's tunings.
Yeah, there's the Dweezil stuff is a rabbit hole show. It's very interesting.
That's what I love. The rabbit hole stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's pretty good stuff, and he's got some good guests, and it's interesting. In fact, I in one of the episodes, Dweezil is talking about Unchained and how on that live version how
Unchained
how Dave comes in early or doesn't come in and Eddie starts playing the verse and then Eddie goes right back into the end of the riff and then restarts. But if you listen to the song, it's Eddie going first and early.
Yeah.
And I did a Alan Garber on Dweezil's one of his recent posts about the podcast and he responded, yes, I've recently figured out that that's the way it went. So but I felt like, okay, just here to tell you, it felt so dumb.
Caleb is the grammar Nazi of Van Halen songs. You're doing it wrong, man.
No.
It's a tribute band. You're not showing the song the proper respect,
but
man.
You know, it's fun to listen to those guys talk and to hear things, and you're like, you know, and you're hearing people who should really know all this stuff, and they're going, really, that happened? You know, his guests are saying this, and you're going, yeah, it happened. Where have you been?
Course,
you're on this show. You know, like it's pretty funny.
I mean, even the people who lived it don't know as much as we know about it, you know, to be truthful. I mean,
yeah. Well, we've done the research.
Yeah, because they lived it once.
Yeah.
We lived it
every Saturday. Every Saturday.
Yeah, guaranteed Michael Anthony hasn't watched Live Without a Net more than 3 times.
Probably more than once.
He doesn't have to watch it. He lived it.
It was obvious because he didn't recognize the shirt.
Yeah, I mean, hell, yeah, of course.
Yeah. But when I saw him that time after you saw him, he knew about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I used to have this shirt."
Because he probably remembered that's where we were. I mean,
yeah, that dude came over and had me sign it.
Yeah, that was a big moment for him, Johnny. Come on,
a big moment for the show right here.
Caleb, that was your equivalent
right here.
That was your equivalent to. I have a friend of mine whose name is Arnie States. Arnie does radio up in Nevada, and Arnie met Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnie and Arnie.
So he turned and looked at him and he goes, "Hey, my name's Arnie too."
Oh shit!
And Schwarzenegger just looked at him and goes, "That's very good, very nice." It was like he didn't know what to do. And the fucked up part about it is Arnie's this big fat guy. Like he's this huge, like just rotund tub of goo. No, he is.
Arnie's doing the best he can. I mean, come on, Arnie.
Arnie's a good dude. He's a good dude, but he's a fat slob. And
man,
no, he knows.
He's opposite Arnie.
He knows.
He knows it. He knows it, and he fucking embraces it, and good for him. But him standing in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the way. Arnold Schwarzenegger's not a very tall man.
Which way? You mean this way?
Well, he's probably wider than Arnold too. But yeah. By the way, now Caleb is doing the Johnny equivalent of the Nuno Betancourt, Paul Gilbert picture.
Yeah, John, I'm going to send this to you. I want you to put this in the regular queue, okay?
That's the one that we should be watching again.
Yeah,
I have another one here actually that I found right here. There's another one.
Oh wow,
that Brad Gillis.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm at a Raiders game, and I hear the intro to "Don't Tell Me You Love Me" coming out of one of the bands playing at the tailgate, and I turn to look, and it's fucking Brad Gillis. And he was sitting in with one of the bands playing a tailgate at a Raiders game, and I'm like, wow, this guy sounds exactly like Brett.
It is.
Yeah, Johnny, put that in the regular queue. Whenever Michael Anthony's name is mentioned, I want that picture coming up, okay?
Spotlight, asshole.
Spotlight, asshole.
Wow.
That was a big night in the channel, so it was a lot of fun.
I have the poof of it.
He was super cool.
You have the poof?
I have the poof. That it was a great show.
I remember Steve Anderson was talking to him, and he couldn't hear anybody on the show, so it was pretty funny. He's like, I saw you in Cabo.
That was before I was ever on the show, I think.
Or I met you in Cabo.
What was the date on that? It was like April of 18 or something like that, or May of 18?
Yeah.
Wow. So we've been doing this show for too long.
I know. Yeah, this is April 26th, 2018.
Wow.
Crazy. Wow. 3.5 years ago.
A lot has changed. A lot has.
I've been doing this thing for like 2 years now. Jesus.
I know Paul's the newest member of this show, and it's been years.
It's fast, doesn't it?
I keep getting the invite, so I keep showing.
Josh,
up.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it, Josh. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I love that guitar. I really regret. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
No, I still have 2 more. I'm good.
Caleb got the good one though.
I've been doing this shit for over 4 years now.
No, it's a great guitar. It really is a great guitar, and I'm glad that you know, I was able to help Caleb do his thing, man.
I've been doing this
Fuck.
for 15 years.
Wow.
And someday you'll be able to break 8,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Man,
One of these days.
it's good to have
That
goals.
red one in True Tone's beautiful for 6. Wow.
Yeah.
Not as nice as my red one, though.
Oh,
not,
no.
not as much as
Not as nice as my red one.
I wonder what's going on the auction site with that the place that's been doing a lot of those rock memorabilia. I wonder. I got a membership to it. I haven't even checked in.
The Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I couldn't even tell you what they were called.
Hey, Clark, the Jelly of the Month Club is great.
Clark, it's the gift that keeps
on giving.
the whole year. That it is, Edward.
Jelly of the Month Club. Thanks, Eddie.
If this isn't the biggest two-time God, God damn it!
Ever bump your baloney?
If anybody has any last-minute gift ideas for me,
Go away, man.
make sure.
Fuck.
I don't know.
You know what? I'm brought right here. What a great! That's one of those staple Christmas movies.
One of my friends thinks The Ref is the best Christmas movie of all time.
What?
Yeah, The Ref.
Jesus.
I never saw it.
Dennis Leary.
Some people think Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Wrong.
I agree. It's a movie that takes place at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to watch it around Christmas time too. But
No, it's not. Die Hard is fun to watch once. Like, I don't get the whole Die Hard thing. You see it once.
Die Hard's a great movie.
You see it once and you're good. You know.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Die Hard is.
Dude, Die Hard's one of the greatest action movies of all time. Are you kidding?
Yes, and I've seen it, and that's all I need is to see it once. I'm good.
Oh my God.
Never mind.
Paul's favorite movie is Midnight Run. So
Yeah.
How many
But I
times
don't
have you
watch
seen
that over and over
I
either.
know where he's coming from.
Only time I see it is and I'll do the same thing with Die Hard. If it shows up on the dish, I'm like, all right, nothing else on, I'll watch it.
I think when you're like 22, you watch shit over and over again. But
Yeah.
like you grow up and you don't. But
No,
I watched those movies over and over again back then. Oh God.
back then, yeah. Yeah.
Shoot
Podcast.
the glass.
All I know is I'm just a street cop, man.
Yellow dye number 5.
You better wake up and smell what you shoveling. Officer Al Powell. Urkel's dad.
Just like Nom, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Wasn't
I was in junior high, asshole.
Yeah. It's great stuff.
Dude, there's so many good ones.
Yep.
And I will say this:
Johnny, have you seen Die Hard?
Hans Gruber might be one of the top 5 best movie villains of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Seen it,
sure.
Yeah.
Where are my detonators?
I was just I got separated. I forget what he says, but remember when he's
No, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
Yeah.
What's your name? Clay.
Yes.
I like the Cleveland show version of
Clay.
Die Hard. They did a
He
whole
played,
spoof
he
on it,
played two
Cleveland.
great characters in that movie.
Kommt sofort. We fucking. Oh my God.
Hans, Bobby. Remember that?
Bobby.
guy?
I'm your white knight. Ellis, what'd you tell him? Ellis.
By the way,
Ellis.
that might be the only movie where Bonnie Bedelia is hot.
Yeah,
Very.
you're right.
You let me in here, or I'm calling the INS. That guy was great too. So many great characters in that movie. Oh, everyone was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Shut it down. Shut it down now.
It seems the police have themselves an RV. The quarterback is toasted.
Keith Campbell says Hans was number 4 behind the Joker, Hannibal, and Darth Vader. Hannibal
Lecter is not a villain. He's the hero in that movie.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't call him a. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put him there.
Yeah, the villain is the put the lotion in the basket guy.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill, baby.
He wasn't the one who was torturing people, right? What was his crime? Why was he Hannibal Lecter in prison?
Because he was a fucking cannibal. He killed people and ate them.
And wore their skins for face.
Well, their skin.
Wow. With a.
Although I will tell you, he is
their
fucking,
liver like with a nice Chianti.
And the fava beans.
What's the other one? The second one where Ray Liotta eats his own brain. That's a fucking creepy scene.
Shit.
Ew.
Oh yeah, that's a creepy. I forget what was the second one.
Equal to Silence.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Oh, Ray Liotta in that cop movie when he was
Hannibal,
the cop
wasn't it?
neighbor.
Wasn't it called Hannibal or something?
Yeah, it might have been Hannibal. Yeah. But Ray Liotta when he eats his own brain is fucking outstanding.
Wow.
Or
Hannibal.
Ray Liotta when in that cop movie when he's the neighbor and the cop.
If you guys haven't watched The Many Saints of Newark, Ray Liotta's great in that too. He actually plays two characters in it.
Red Dragon.
Oh,
It could have been Red Dragon. Yeah.
There's so many good villains, dude.
Dragon, like this show.
Yeah. All right, should we get back to talking about David Lee Roth's ass?
Well, we got 3 minutes, so let's finish strong.
What?
Hannibal was number 2. Red Dragon was 3rd.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were the sequels.
Don't leave.
Johnny knows. Johnny knows.
We're losing them.
All
Yeah,
right.
don't leave. Don't leave. We got something fun.
Johnny, did you do your
Stay-
unbox on
Stay till
Emerald
after the
thing?
credits. Yeah. It was the guitar pick.
Oh, that's right. Just before I did. Okay.
I never saw yours. Wait a minute. What did you open?
The CD.
Oh,
Jesus.
Sorry.
You forgot
We're all
his.
a
He
little-
forgot
we're all a
yours.
little behind here.
What are the odds?
Don't forget to order your copy at gizmochi.com. I'm
Bandcamp.
assuming.
Let's go to the Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, of course.
Yeah.
Bandcamp.
Get the signed copy too, because it's really worth it.
Bandcamp. Wow.
And you can name your own price too. I think I named my own price.
It's been 10 years since I've uploaded anything to Bandcamp.
Yeah, but you can't put less than, right?
Oh, there's a
You can put like a
There's a
penny or something.
low.
right?
There's a low
or
end.
five,
limit.
like $1, a quarter.
We don't have that selected, do we?
No, I think you have
Everybody's
to.
buying your album for 1
the
cent. Like
minimum.
those old CDs.
I went a little above and beyond with my generous
Did you, John?
contribution.
How much was it, John Biel?
Oh, thanks.
It was free.
Question in the chat all day,
No,
all night.
I
It's Rothschild
paid for it.
America.
What?
I paid for this album, so I paid full price plus gratuity.
Well, thanks, man.
It's worth.
Rothschild America.
Rat something or other.
All right. You guys, anybody that's new here within the past 2 years, we're going to play you a clip of something from 2 years ago.
Oh my god.
So don't leave. After the
Is
credits.
this
Or do you
part-
want a
is this gonna
reaction?
Be part of the live show, or is it like going to link you to it?
No, it'll be. I'll keep this running. And
Oh,
it'll just
Oh, I
play.
wish we could be in here while it I wish we could talk during it.
We can. If we do it now.
Let's do it.
Is it queued up? Is it exactly 127.24?
I think so.
I mean, that looks like
I
roughly where
don't know if I authorize all this.
that's roughly where he brings up the plan.
Johnny owns the content. Make sure you know that.
Where are the plans?
It's getting late
Yeah.
here. It's getting late over here.
I find your lack of planning disturbing.
All right, let's welcome David Nesdall back to the show.
Oh, see, this is the part. This is the only part of this. The only part of this I disagree with is us playing this with Nesdall on it. I don't want anybody to get a phone call later. So just let me say this beforehand, David. This isn't about you. We're not making fun of you.
This is about the stage.
We love
Oh,
you. We
me.
miss you.
You're making fun of
Yeah.
me. And
We love you. We miss you. This is not about trying to make fun at your expense. So if
And it
there are
just
any
shows you-
comments,
Yeah,
God.
and it
If
shows
there are
you
any
just how
comments, it's not
good a
about you.
moment. It just shows you how good a moment it is in the history of the show that we're rerunning this.
Yep. The show was better when you were on it, I think is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh. Big
Think he
silence.
bought it?
All right.
What happened?
Good night, everybody.
There isn't a
we're
Nesville
leaving?
falling out.
No, we're not leaving. We're staying because
Nobody
this is
leave.
about to get good.
No,
Do we want to watch?
God.
Are we midnight? Are we doing Mystery Science Theater over this?
I think
Yes.
so.
If we do, then
must.
we have to shut the volume down. Then you can't hear what they're talking about.
We have to not talk too much.
Good luck with that with me.
Here, I'll just leave it. Okay, there's plans.
And
Holy crap.
I
Look
built
at that
a
bald dude.
little model.
I
Look
can
how young you looked.
So handsome.
What the hell am I wearing?
That was a hell of a drug.
Oh no, that's the Sammy Hagar.
What?
Sure.
You've been awake for 2 weeks.
Damn.
It took me 3 hours.
It's an awful
So
long time for that.
You know, proper preparation gives you the.
Where's the real model?
John.
Thanks, doctor.
Yeah, we want
I
to
don't know
help
who's
the
talking
scale.
about.
Paul.
I'll get to it.
Ease into it.
I'd like to propose a question at this point, John.
Yes.
Are we going to do Stonehenge tomorrow night?
No, we're not going to fucking do Straturday.
No, we're not going to fucking do it. Oh my god!
So let me duck out and I'll come back on my phone. I'll come back on my phone and
Imagine if John took us to the garage and it's like half scale. Like
One
I don't think.
and he's got Eddie and Alex and Sammy and Mike tied up in there.
I think the problem is that your model was in dangerously close to being crushed by a dwarf.
oh my god!
I can't tell who's talking.
Where'd he go?
I know.
We need to get a lefty out of the bullpen. We chased him.
Definitely haven't seen this since it
You
came.
know what
And
he-
Johnny too, right? Johnny's probably tired of not being able to talk.
Yeah,
There's no
exactly.
way.
I can talk now since you left.
You know what John
Oh!
Biel does, right? God.
Shots fired.
I don't know.
What?
He needs to do this. He needs to. This is the McFarlane, Metallica, and Justice for All thing that came out. What was
not
that?
the scale, though.
2002, something like that.
I have a slap shot, one of those from the movie Slapshot.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Hanson brothers. Yep.
Yeah.
So that would be cool if John Biel. I should probably wait for him to get back on here to show it, but if John Biel made like a small scale stage, and then took there's people that take like action figures, and like put stuff over, mold stuff, paint them,
Look at the Hulk
and
Hogan in the
basically
background.
turn one action figure into a different character. Actually, I got a buddy who does that. My buddy Andrew.
How many guitars does Jay
um,
still own in
does
this?
that with he'll take like a GI Joe figure or something
Spotlight.
and put molds over them and basically turn them into something different.
talking on.
That'd be cool if somebody was able to shut up, please. Make a stage of the 5150 tour, and then make all those figures. Man, that'd be. I'd buy that shit.
I really
Jay
wish
had a
I
cookie.
could've
I wish
made
we
a-
could rewind
whole
and show
lighting
all of our
really
faces when he put the drawing up of the stage, because I think mine was like this.
Yeah.
Like that's nerdy.
You know, the thing is, there were so many other cooler stages that Van
There you go.
Halen has done. The 51
Shoot on his
stage
project, Dave. Nice job.
boring.
Yeah.
The fair warning stage is the shit.
Kind of cool, but
Well, Dave took all the cabinets.
Got to use them in Vegas.
Oh wow, you still have
it
that.
wasn't the story that they wanted the focus to just be on the band, right? That's why they didn't do any elaborate backdrops and all the other stuff.
Who's talking? When
Yeah,
was
I
it?
think they wanted to.
For the record, Vegas is actually advertising on our station in Phoenix to get people to go to the Roth show.
Still,
They're doing
Yeah.
it again too. Like they bought advertising, literally bought advertising for Las Vegas to go up there. The Department of Tourism and the David Lee Roth residency is part of their ad campaign.
Well, can I ask you guys this? Does anybody know like that video that got released of that rehearsal? Why are we watching this? Was he okay with that? Did he approve it? Was it just? Can we skip this?
He had to have been because there was
Oh, here we go.
guests
Yeah.
and they all had their phones. So
Okay.
Actually, he jumps in
You know,
right here. This
right
is when
there.
it happens. This is right when it happens.
Doing.
Dave plays over the whole thing.
Oh no.
Oh no!
The Van
Okay.
Halen stuff with a band that sounded like Van Halen. So it
Here
was,
we go.
it was cool.
What's up, guys?
Oh, he's in the workstation now. Look at this.
So
Jesus Christ!
You don't have bonds, John.
All we need now
it's turned into PBS or something now.
All we need now is a telestrator, John Madden style, to show us exactly how they did the walk during Addicted to Love across the front of the stage.
Best of both worlds, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So everything to scale. It's 1/24th scale.
Those mic stands are too tall. I can tell you right now.
What's that?
Good point.
Where's Eddie's keyboard? I don't see Eddie. Oh, there it is, Eddie's keyboard. Shit, I do see it.
The keyboard is there. Holy shit.
That's the first thing I noticed was the keyboard.
Well, I didn't have it in the original one. I got the guitar too. See,
the drum kit, John.
John,
I
that's the scale.
don't want to get nerdy.
Why isn't the guitar striped though?
I don't want to get nerdy.
I didn't have time.
This is the greatest display of nerd I've ever seen on the internet.
But
this is fucking awesome.
But John, there's no drum riser on that stage. It was just no. It was just on. It was on the second level.
Again, Caleb, the corrector.
No, for real.
All right, so take a good look at
Caleb,
it. So you got
are those kick drums California rolls by any chance?
They're actually Mountain Dew top.
Wait, you
get the front lip of the stage. You got the little ramp. This is the first ramp. There's the drum riser.
Tell me there's room for the bouncers to stand down front.
They're all right down here.
Well, of course they are behind the barrier. They got to be behind the barrier.
Well, I haven't gotten that far yet. I'd like to get into. I'd like to do the lights and everything.
Do you have?
This is really just like kind of a proof of concept. I'd like to do it really like out of like wood and like this is all foam.
John, I have Paul Rudd on line 2. He wants to know if you're interested in coming to a dinner.
Who?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
It's a dinner for schmucks.
I'd love to hang out with Paul Rudd.
That is awesome,
John.
If you could get some taxidermy mice in there, that would be fucking.
I
think Caleb might be right, man. There's no
riser.
Yeah, there is no drum riser.
No, I wasn't right. I don't know if you could.
What comes out of the?
Remember the beginning of Get Up when Eddie walks across?
There you go.
Yeah, look, Eddie is he's not standing on the riser. He just walks.
However, it does rise. It actually rises. At the
not on that tour. Not on that tour. It didn't rise. No way.
Whoa.
Oh, there you go. Without the riser.
Yeah.
Greatest argument ever.
Yeah, we're such
a dork. No, I mean, I had to right away. I was like,
the drum riser rose in '88.
No, it rose like 2 feet in '86.
Did it?
Much of a rise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Here's a screenshot.
Johnny,
the whole of the entire stage. Johnny, help me out here, buddy, if you can.
I'm trying.
Was it during his solo?
There's so many people in here. I can't.
Johnny's eating.
By the way, this is what it's like to watch this show.
Caleb's right, just the second level.
Yeah, but do you see where it rises?
No.
Where?
No.
Johnny said rock and roll. At the very end, right when Alex starts rock and roll, it rises like 2 feet.
Really?
I can't believe you guys never saw that.
Are you sure it's not just a camera?
I'm 100% correct on that.
Johnny agreed.
Well, the keyboard fell over.
You got next time, John, you say I'm 100% correct on that. You have to end it with "fight me."
Overheim and those things are.
Somebody find the picture. I don't have them on my phone, so I can't. I don't know if I have a picture of that.
I don't see any "Where's Dave" banners on this.
Dude, I so want to see like Alex's kit like perfectly mocked up. I have to see.
Well, that was one of the most impressive kits he ever had. Here we go. Let's see. Crap. That's it. Here we go.
While this is on, John Biel is researching buying guns right now.
Oh, Renus Pinkel said he said it shows the light shooting from underneath the
indication right there.
It comes up.
Guys.
So question for you, John.
Come on.
Cut that in half.
That's too high.
John, that might be too high. The riser might be too high, but everything else is to scale.
John, what's your end game here?
I don't have. That's why you get a Chromebook. That's why you get a Chromebook.
I was more worried about the stage.
We see that in slow motion instant replay. Oh, gee, Winnie Lou says you're right. She works out to that concert. What, she's talking about Peter North not telling us she works out. What are you doing to us here?
It's the same shit.
Tonight, tragedy at Van Halen concert.
Same shit.
Yeah, Ed comes up on stage.
I'm gonna need you to put some orange parachute pants on there if you can do that. Those on your fingers.
The chairs in the background, though, are so not the scale.
Oh. Here's my
1,000
bill. Where we're at.
This is the best ever.
Do you have any action figures?
Well,
do you have any Han Solos in there?
Like Army Men or something you could put up there?
Like,
so the scale is like a half an inch equals a foot. So if you had like a I don't know, like a 2.5 inch or it would
2.5 inch what?
About the size of Ed.
I'm dying. Oh my God. You got like thumbnails for the next decade.
This whole show has been nothing but.
Anyway,
by the way, I'd like to direct everybody's attention to the chat. It's even funnier.
That you actually did this. I think it's cool.
I think it is too. I love it.
So do I.
I'd like to rebuild it out of wood. I'd like to
Look at these guys.
make it out of wood.
Is he from the boulder?
It's awesome. I'm not laughing at you. I really am laughing with you. Oh, this is so good.
It is.
John, did you see what I showed? What I
good.
Showed before? Oh crap!
But now's the part where John BL reveals all the sets, all the stage sets from the first 6 tours.
I may end up doing other ones. You know, like I said, it literally took me 3 hours to build it. So
wow. I
mean, that's the funny thing about it is
obviously the scale as well. You know
what did you build it out of?
35 giants, but
John, start taking orders now. I guarantee you somebody wants those.
Yeah.
I guarantee you put up a website and somebody wants those and puts that stage set up somewhere above. Maybe, just maybe, it could be somebody's nativity this holiday season.
I'm serious. There's a business there. Like,
sure it is.
People would order stages, like famous stages. Yes.
Hell yeah, they would.
The woodworker in the chat. Don't we have someone who is a woodworker?
Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael. I need someone who can do this in like on a computer and like the CNC and cut everything out.
Why don't you ask David Allen Wright?
David Allen Wright, yeah.
Well,
he'll make a CAD
file on Facebook or
do any of those people still watch the show?
Because I'd love to buld it like for real. This is kind of
he'll make it to scale, like in one of his warehouses.
Well, he'll say he's going to do it.
Look, I even got the little wings, the little steps here.
Of course you do.
You got to put Eddie's table over there with his cigarettes and his drinks,
and his mirror.
Mirror over there.
That camera looks terrible.
No, not for looking at himself.
I missed the joke.
Give me that.
In his straw.
I got it now.
Yeah.
His $100 bill.
$100.
$100.
It's great, John. Don't let anybody tell you differently. It's
I had fun building it.
Yeah, don't.
Of course you did.
That's the kind of nerd I am. So
I can see Kevin Dugan peeking out from that side.
Yeah, where's the can of beer that he threw at Michael Anthony and he caught it? Oh yeah.
I always
Where's
wanted
the
to
Jack
Kevin
Cameron
that,
face?
too. I wanted to see if
John, how tempted are you to paint it?
paint.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at, is how even difficult this was, because it's pretty much just tape and the paint covers everything. I tried glue and there was no good glue there.
And that's how you ended up with that?
So I just used tape and spray painted everything black.
You can't stripe it because Eddie will sue you.
I was going to I have my 5150 stickers. I was going to put that on it, but it's not authentic. So I decided not to.
Now the graded area where the amplifier cabinets were
strong
behind it.
I'd love to find a good way to do that.
Go to like Michael's, one of those
Carmichael's,
a hobby shop or something.
A hobby shop will have it.
This show just shows how lazy we've become.
Are we good?
You know what?
And you do realize you can go get like tiny little LEDs to put underneath those kick drums.
This has to be a show on the channel.
Look how big he looks.
What? Oh my god!
Oh, we rewatch stuff.
Yeah,
we
one night a week, or 1 or 2 nights.
It's a review.
2 nights.
The only content that we can replay on here. We can't play anything else.
Pick a random.
We should
show.
run this at like 6 o'clock Eastern.
Johnny, play that a few more frames. I don't want
anybody.
I'm not that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, skip ahead or whatever.
Oh my gosh!
Look like you're at a rest. You look like you're at a rest stop.
Oh my God.
You're reaching for those California rolls.
But the quality of this show, the show that we
got to check the oil.
The quality of this show with John Biel's stage set and us ripping him apart and stuff shows just how lazy we've become on this show that we're doing tonight.
Yeah, that's what this is all about.
That was a quality show. That was fucking hilarious.
We've got to
and
strive
it's
to be
just as funny as it is now.
No, it's funnier.
We'll just rerun this every night.
I'm serious. Maybe it's just one night a month or something. There's a random show from the past, or
a show and review,
or somebody will remember, like, hey, you guys did a show that you talked about, whatever.
You can do a segment every week at like, an hour into the show or halfway. We do Straturday Night Live halftime, and we review a segment of the show in the past, and then go back to the show.
Yeah,
someone's got to come up with a format for this show.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe drop some links to some older shows in the comments. Timestamp them.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll make a channel in the Discord as well for this.
Oh, yeah. Majestic PB&J Cat said Jay is on to something. I thought he said Jay is on something, because the both would be true.
That'd be like once a month we should rewatch a show or something.
Or like I forget who just said it. Maybe just like a half hour out of
the Saturday show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we can set it up.
Oh my
God. Artie.
Oh my God.
Fucking Artie, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Artie. Oh, jeez.
Holy shit.
Well, I'm glad you changed subjects after a little while, so it wasn't all me.
Well, Amanda said, do not review the awards for last year's Halloween show. It's like a damn marathon. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was the longest awards ceremony ever.
Oh.
It was great up until that.
I got so drunk.
Well, this year might be something similar, I guess. Somebody was asking if we're going to do that. And yeah, I guess. I mean,
well, the problem is
Cobra Kai. Yeah, if you make a flyer for it and post
yeah, but Halloween this year is is it like on a Sunday or a Monday, isn't it?
If it's on a Sunday, then that'll fall on Straturday night.
Yeah, it's on a Sunday.
There you go.
It's on a Sunday. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do it the night before, because I can't.
Yeah, that's all good.
Mm-hmm. I can't. Especially if you want to let loose a little bit, you know what I mean? That's Straturday night will be the Halloween show.
Which night's the Halloween show?
The Saturday before Halloween, so the third night of the 30th.
Wrong era, Matt. Right. Dave was never on that stage.
Here's a name I haven't seen in a while, right?
Dave was never on that stage.
Nah.
I'll be driving to Vegas on the night of the 23rd show.
Well, stream from your car and see if you can break 106.
Oh yeah, I'll try in my Kia.
Oh my God!
Oh, there you go. Thumbnail.
I've been as Dave. Is that a Buddy Guy strap back there?
Yeah.
Does he have any of those guitars still?
I got to make fun of somebody.
Sure, kick a guy who's not here.
Off his lap.
Stay in that position now. Oh, he was sleeping. Yeah,
that's what she said.
You just leave it like that.
There we go.
All right, I think that was the funny part. I mean, I don't know if it holds up. You guys tell us.
Good finale there. Yeah, there we go.
Pretty good shit though. I thought it was funny.
Still funny.
Well, regardless, I had fun making it. And
It was great, and
that's what we do on this show. I'm happy.
You still have it?
So yeah, it's in the.
Is it done though? It's not.
You got to finish. No, he hasn't done
It's
shit.
in the same state as it
You haven't
was.
worked on that. Working on that little stage there. Maybe finishing.
I think our reaction to it stopped him in his tracks. I don't know. Just a gander.
Exactly.
No, that's a tedious work when you don't have the right tools. And that's what it comes down to. If I had like a good workshop, I'd love to make all that stuff, but we've gone this far.
Awesome.
Baby
But
steps.
anyway, I was working on the video, so my video will be something for people to watch if they ever choose to.
All right.
Well, have a great one, everyone. Channel members.
Do it with a lisp.
Channel members.
Keep going.
Ghost BC Rich. The Chad. Frank Corcoran.
What about the blue one in the middle?
Robot Master Switch.
No, the other one.
Music therapy, lads.
No, in the middle.
Thomas Santiago.
6
Yes.
671.
671. Yeah, sure.
Don't forget Steve Barton.
Crosby is the dolo fucker. Jesus repents me.
Brian Spalding.
I don't think that Crosby guy is even there anymore. I'm gonna have to fix this.
Simon Hosford.
I have a feeling Crosby was somebody else that split.
Randy
Yeah, you better go in and name check all these sponsors.
Daily.
As long as they're still paying, who cares?
Majestic PB&J.
But if they're not, they don't deserve to be up there, right?
By the way, just do the math. How many of those people are paying Johnny, and how much money are we making off this thing?
At least we're not paying Johnny.
And then the music starts.
More money for Johnny.
And then the music starts.
Let's not forget
Garguts Entertainment.
No, the one top middle.
Nicole Maraji.
Oh, Susan.
Susan Silvestri.
Yeah.
False flag, aka Johnny Beane's other voice.
when I'm isolated.
Isolate.
Sean Silas. All right. Good night. Please.
Oh man, John Biel, can you please every show talk like that? Oh, I thought that was the cue.
Yeah, it usually was, but Johnny missed it. He had one job.
Not at
Surprise.
all.
That's it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Renus
Jamie
said it shows the light shooting from underneath. Yeah. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Guys.
So, question for you, John.
Come on. Cut that in half.
What's
that's too high.
That might be too high. The prize might be too high. But everything else is to scale.
John, what's your end game here?
Oh, God.
I don't have.
Oh.